What's going on, everybody? Hello. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Welcome on in. Hey, Shush. Hey, Cindy with the early membership. Well, the newest member on the team. Hello. How are you? DJ, Tony, Chester, VJ, Corey, Amy. What's going on? Shush, how you doing? What's up, Lynn? How are you doing? What's going on? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Mike, Nana, how are you doing? Well, what is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, wonderful Wednesday. I don't know why I'm doing that. Like I'm talking like I have to get real close to the microphone. Like y'all can hear me just fine. Corey, you got Gwar tomorrow, huh? Corey's got Gwar tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I knew I forgot to do something. It's okay. I meant to do something. I just realized I forgot to do it. I got to do it later. All right. Well, welcome on in, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good evening. And a wonderful hump day. Hey, Verna, how's Canada doing besides cold? Yeah, we've been having some funny conversations. Just in the last week, we've had last week or so, we've had Rich and Iranium. That was a fun one. We've had the Strait of Vermouth, which is an interesting one. So we've had some good ones lately. Yeah, we've had some fun little things going on. Yeah, last night wasn't really fun live. I had fun last night. I had a really good time last night. That was an exceptionally fun live, yeah. You know, sometimes the lives are really fun. Sometimes they're kind of boring. They kind of go, for me, you know what I'm saying? I think what's boring or entertaining from me on my side might be a little bit different than what's the same for you guys. Oh, and of course we have Placenta Gate. Never forget. We can never forget about that. All right, we can never forget about that. Because that's all we got. All right. Yeah, curls are curling on a Wednesday. G Marks, thank you so much to our super chat already, saying Polly for president of Puerto Rico. Don't get confused. I will not be governor of Puerto Rico. I will only be president of Puerto Rico. Okay? If we're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it big. All right. None of this governor stuff. President of Puerto Rico. Polly, president of Puerto Rico. President Polly Politics of Puerto Rico. President Pauly politics for Puerto Rico. Hey, Cindy Chester, seeing some more members come in. Really appreciate you. Yeah, I'm in. Plus, it's just all the P's. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Someone says, love the Psycho Bunny shirt. I actually bought a new one this weekend too. I am addicted. I do have a problem. All right. And I have a disease, okay? And the only cure is more cowbell. No. See, Pepsi, you're wrong. See, hold on. I got to pin this comment, okay? See, you think that Puerto Rico only has a governor and doesn't have a president, but Donald Trump very specifically last year said that he had a conversation with the president of Puerto Rico, okay? Donald Trump very specifically said it, okay? Donald Trump very specifically, like 6 months ago, very specifically said that he had a conversation with the president of Puerto Rico. Okay? So if Donald Trump's talking to the president of Puerto Rico, all right, then I guess that's what I need to be. Let's not worry about whether or not that person exists or not. Okay? Let's not worry about the fact that that means he was talking to himself. Okay? Let's not worry about those minor details. All right? Those very unimportant, insignificant details. Okay? We have much bigger things to worry about. All right? So, just thought I'd throw it out there. That's why I say president of Puerto Rico, not because I actually believe there's a president of Puerto Rico, because I think it's funny that Donald Trump doesn't know there's a president of Puerto Rico. But I guess that makes sense because most of MAGA didn't know Puerto Rico was part of the United States until we informed them at the halftime show. Okay? So what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? They don't know either. So what are you supposed to do? He doesn't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. All right. Donald Trump also said that he talked to a president about bombing Iran. All right. And all living presidents said that they didn't talk to him. So that means Donald Trump must have been talking to himself, i.e., the president of Puerto Rico, okay, about whether he should bomb Iran. Donald Trump was looking in the mirror saying, Mr. President of Puerto Rico, should I bomb Iran? And then the mirror was like, yes. Yes, absolutely. It's a secret. It's a secret talk. It's a secret talk. Don't tell anyone. Okay? Shh. It's a secret. All right? 1 second. Let me grab my iPad. All right, got it. Had to tuck it over here. All right, y'all. Well, come on in. Please hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you still support Trump, you can join the guest request box. You can join the phone calls. You can call in, whether, depending on which platform you're on. And we can have a conversation. I do like to get in the conversations a little bit quicker on Wednesday, since I get on a little bit later on Wednesdays. So this is your time. This is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. It is funny because literally, like, by the time I get in, like, every single night at the end of the live, I have 12 people calling me in, calling me, trying to get on. And every single night I tell them, hey, if you actually want to make sure that you get on, come at the beginning of the live. And then they're never here. It's funny. And then they'll be complaining about me not taking their calls and not taking their requests in about an hour. Who's there? I think one of the cats just walked in. Oh, Tatted. Tatted's here now. Okay. Tatted's here now. So now we can start the live. Sorry. Now we can officially start it. We were just waiting for Tatted to get here. So I apologize. Oh my goodness. What is going on here? Thank you. We're just waiting for Tatted to get here. Thank you, Tatted, for showing up. All right. Thank you for being here. That's all I was waiting for. I was going to start taking calls, but I was just literally waiting for Tatted to get here. That's all I was waiting on. So thank you so much. That wasn't a mod, Ryan. That was me. By the way, I took him out. Hello, how are you?
Hi. Is this the live?
Yeah, how old are you?
I would rather not.
Yeah, which mod was it was me. Which mod was me? I was such mod. I also have mod powers on my account. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I also have mod powers on my account, which I appreciate. Every once in a while, I get somebody. Hello, how are you? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how
Sorry,
are you?
Polly. It's a mistake, Polly.
I thought so.
Friendly.
I thought so. All right, you have a good one, okay?
Yep.
I thought she was a friendly. I was pretty sure I recognized her, but you know, sometimes I'm crazy too and I forget and I get everything mixed up. So yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that type of energy coming into my live to start off my live. All right. I don't need that type of energy. He or she can just, you know, they can hang out for a bit. Diane, thank you so much for this silver star. I really appreciate that. God, why are these things all messed up tonight? Oh, sorry. They're not setting my ears right. Oh, well, we'll get that going. Yes, I am so happy that Trump ended the war and then didn't end the war and then also had a ceasefire and then had the ceasefire immediately broken. And then had the ceasefire immediately broken and then it was back on. I literally, no joke, I was sitting there and I was talking to Ari before we started, before I went to tennis. And I was like, are we in a ceasefire or not? Because I kept getting all of these news notifications. And it was like, there's a ceasefire. And then it was like, Iran says that Israel broke the ceasefire. And then right after that, it's like, Israel's breaking the ceasefire. And then the next thing I would see would be like, does this threaten the ceasefire? And I'm like, wait, hold on. If all of the things that break the ceasefire are still happening, then we're not in a ceasefire. That's not how it works. You can't just say you're in a ceasefire. Donald Trump's out there freaking declaring ceasefires like it's The Office. I declare bankruptcy. I declare bankruptcy. That's how Donald Trump is doing ceasefires over here. I declare a ceasefire. Was it a ceasefire or not? Of course it's a ceasefire. I declared it. Okay? Of course it's a ceasefire. I declared it. Did you not just hear me declare it? The first thing I saw, first of all, please come in and hit that like button and hit that follow button if you haven't already, but let's get those likes up to about 50,000. I appreciate that. Come in into the chat, say something, especially if you're watching me on like your TV or something, or, you know, come on in and leave a chat or something like that. Chatting always helps to build up the live, so I appreciate it. Yeah, it was like ceasefire declared. And then the next thing I saw was Iran attacks Saudi pipeline that carries oil around the Strait of Hormuz. Then I saw Iran closes the strait. Iran closes the strait because Israel is attacking Lebanon, which was not part of the ceasefire deal. Like, it was just like, it's just changing the whole time. And like, we're doing all, like, we're supposed to be, like, we're going in a ceasefire, out of a ceasefire, we're doing all these things. I don't think we're in a ceasefire. I'm 99% sure that's not how ceasefires work. Because it doesn't seem like much changed. Minus, we just stopped, like, bombing. Right? Like, that's not a ceasefire. Right? Like, if we just stop and they keep bombing the Gulf nations and Israel keeps bombing them and they keep bombing Israel, and like, if all of those things keep happening, we're not in a ceasefire. We just surrendered. That's all. We just surrendered. You know what I'm saying? Like, Donald Trump literally just went in and he just waved the white flag, and he was just like, nope, I guess we're done. Someone said, so technically Iran broke the deal? No, Israel broke the deal, because part of the thing that Iran signed, that they said they would, that one of the conditions that they put in there, they said if there's going to be a ceasefire, that Israel had to stop bombing Lebanon. So then Iran says the deal was we would stop, but Israel would stop bombing Lebanon. And Israel immediately started bombing Lebanon. Then Israel bombed Iran, and then Iran started bombing Lebanon. Sorry, Iran started bombing Israel, who was bombing Lebanon. Like, everybody's still fighting. Everybody's still fighting. I want you to answer me this, MAGA. I know you won't actually answer it, because you guys, obviously, if you guys actually had the ability to have a conversation about this, you'd be calling in or joining their guest request box instead of whining in my comments. But let me ask you this, okay? For all you MAGAs out there that I know won't answer the question. All right? For all you guys that won't answer the question, what did we gain from this? What did we gain? We did all of this and literally gained nothing. And now we're waving a white flag surrendering after gaining absolutely nothing. We lost a whole bunch, but gained absolutely nothing. Hello, how are you? Yo, how old are you?
I'm 40.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah.
Awesome. So how do you feel about Donald Trump?
Can
Absolutely.
I answer your question?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to ask it to you. Yeah. So how do you feel about,
like, what did we gain from this war, right?
Sure. What did we gain?
Question? All right. So the most important thing we gained is deterrence. You know, we proved that the Chinese and Russian the air defense systems are basically worthless. We can go in and take out their leadership whenever the hell we want. And that's an important deterrence for countries around the world that want to challenge U.S. supremacy. Like, China's not going to want to invade Taiwan if we can just go into Beijing and take out their entire leadership. It's important that bad actors understand the consequences of their actions in order to deter them.
You think that us getting past Iranian air defenses, which are like 70 years old, it scares China, who have some of the top-notch, most technologically advanced air defenses on the planet?
Yeah, because Iran bought their air defense systems from Russia and China. They have the S-300, S-400. They have the Chinese
50, 70 years ago
that they bought. What are you talking about? Do they have modern air defense?
Iran does not have any of the Chinese modern air defenses. No, it does not.
Yeah,
no,
it does not. Man.
No, it does not.
No, what do you think Iran gets in exchange for selling all this oil to China, buddy?
Yeah, they get a whole bunch of stuff, right? Especially trade and money is the big thing. Yeah,
they get the best. It's the same thing in Venezuela, man. Venezuela and Iran both bought the best air defense systems from Russia and China that money can buy, and those were completely.
That's not even close to true. And I can prove it if you want. Man. It's super easy. This literally, it's so crazy to figure that out that like I don't even need to do like deep research. I can literally just type this into Google.
Okay.
Like, I don't even. Let's see. Yeah, they have very few YSLC 8B radars, which does help to, that is a newer system as in made in the last 30 years, right? Reports of HQ 9B missile systems delivered in 2025 is unverified. China has provided components for missiles and considered a source for upgrading Iran's defense system with anti-ship and anti-drones. There's debate over the efficiency of Chinese systems, with some reports citing failures against Israel technology. This is as analysts say no evidence Iran is using modern Chinese air defense systems. Hello? 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 All right. Well, I guess he is dumbfounded and stunned from how awesome my source is. Don't know what to tell you. But anyways, no, they are not using these advanced Chinese systems at all, right? And they're definitely not using any more advanced systems than Russia was already using, right? And we already knew the capabilities of Russian air defenses based off of how we've been supplying weapons to Ukraine. So literally, we were able to show that the United States could beat Russian and Chinese air defenses without risking a singular US life. So we didn't gain anything from that. So would anybody else like to come up and tell me what we gained from this? He was there, then he just stopped talking, and then he ran away. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't kick him. I was still talking to him. Yeah, we did not gain anything from this war. All we gained, again, was a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of troops dying and losing billions of dollars. So, cool. I guess that's great. Hello, how are you? Hello? Hello? All right. I guess Cat's got everybody's tongue today. This is strange. Oh, he came back. Oh, he came back, I accepted him, and then he ran. Anyways, y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. That guy that was all quiet came back into my guest request box. I brought him back up, and then he didn't say anything. Very weird. Hello, how are you? Hello? Hello, how are you?
Good. How's it going?
It's going great. How old are you?
I am 30.
Awesome. Do you want to explain what the U.S. got out of this war?
Pardon me?
Do you want to explain what the U.S. got out of this war?
Yes.
What is that?
Nigger, 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 nigger.
Anything else? I guess not. All right. Well, standard MAGA back in the house, I guess. I thought we were actually going to have a conversation about the war. I thought you guys would want to have so much talk about it, but I guess that's your typical MAGA coming up. I know. And MAGA's always sitting there wondering, like, why can't I get laid? Why don't women like me? They actually tell me that. And then I hear it all the time. You're all these red pills like, oh, I wonder why women don't like me. Hello, how are you?
AOC 2028.
Okay. At least you... Oh, I like that. Someone said, at least we like women. Well, that's even worse because they don't like you. That's actually even worse. You know, they actually did a study on that, which was actually funny. Yeah, it's actually fucking funny. They actually did a study on that. It's like 90-something% of conservative women will date liberal men, but it's like less than 15% of liberal women will date conservative men. And they wonder why you have like a bunch of Nick Fuentes freaking red pill freaking incel virgins, right? You wonder why you have all of this stuff. It's because they're all sitting there because no one wants to date them because they don't support women's rights. So why would anybody want to fucking date them? Oh my goodness. I don't blame y'all women. Ladies, I am very, very like divorce your MAGA husbands. Okay? Divorce your MAGA husbands, okay? It's not worth it. All right? You know they're not getting you off anyway. All right? So like just leave them. You know they're not helping you out in any way, shape, or form. All right. And plus, all the Republican guys out there, they don't really like women anyway. That's why every time there's an RNC convention, they crash Grindr. All right. Every single time there's an RNC convention, they crash Grindr. They're just over there. They are like I'm telling you, I promise you this. I wish I had a way of proving this. Okay. I wish I had an absolute like confirmed way of proving this. There are so many more gay men in the Republican Party than there are on the left. There's so many more, right? It's just the people on the left aren't afraid to freaking be gay, and all the people on the right just like fuck dudes behind their wives' backs. It's the only difference. It's literally the only difference. I'm telling you, if we got rid of all Republicans, like right now, if we got rid of the entire Republican Party, Grindr would go bankrupt in 6 months. 100%. When they were talking about like Pink Pony Club, they were talking about Republicans. That's who they were talking about. Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 28 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. So with our complete and utter surrender in Iran, what exactly have we gained out of this?
Well, for one, there's a zero-sum game in Iran. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. And there are a couple of things that he did wrong there. And I can still support Trump and be critical of how that went down.
It's
Pulling out of the
insane.
nuclear Iran deal. So the problem that I'm listening a lot is people don't read and people aren't very aware of what's going on. And I think it's valid to be upset that we're running to Israel's aid at every single corner. And I'm more of an isolationist in that regard, but I think given the circumstances, it could have been a lot worse. And considering the nature of the conflict and the current situation with the International Maritime Organization, with the Strait of Hormuz, with the chain of events that's happened, I think it could turn into a good thing, contrarian to popular belief, if this resolved quickly. Do I think that's going to happen? I mean, that's yet to be seen, probably unlikely. I mean, if you're thinking about this pragmatically, but I don't know. You know, it's a real shame because I wish that there was an actual good argument for like whether you should vote for someone on the left or right in the next election. The worst possible outcome that I'm looking at is you have to vote for J.D. Vance or Gavin Newsom because those are two really bad options. Like, if you want to look at this pragmatically with the state of our country,
let's
what
look
really
at that.
happened? Everyone wants to know Reaganomics was what crashed our economy. It's like, no, it was the repeal of the Glass-Steagall Act, the 1933 Glass-Steagall Act.
Let's look at that pragmatically. Let's look at that pragmatically. Where's J.D. Vance at right now?
Shoot, I don't know.
You don't know where he's at right now?
Playing golf.
Oh, no. I wish J.D. Vance was out playing golf. No. J.D. Vance is in Hungary campaigning for Viktor Orban. He's literally in Hungary campaigning for a Russian-backed dictator. Currently right now. That's what he's doing right now. Okay, he was there speaking on stages right now, campaigning for a Russian-backed dictator in Eastern Europe. While Gavin Newsom is running the largest state in the United States, as far as population goes, the largest state, the fourth largest economy in the world, right? And doing everything in his power. And yes, he makes mistakes. Of course he makes mistakes, but running pretty successfully the fourth largest economy on the planet and helping to support a whole bunch of red states while fucking doing it. So if there's a choice between this, like, oh, I don't know who to choose. Do I choose the guy, right, who's right now serving the citizens of the United States, right, who's doing his best to take care of the people of the United States, or the guy who's in Hungary trying to campaign for a dictator? It's not really a choice. Nope, not really a choice at all.
I mean, everything's always a choice, and we're choosing pretty bad options every year, and the left has been absent of decent representation, and I think a lot of that is due to rhetoric and focus on things that don't really widely affect the general populace of, you know, your average working
like what?
person.
Name one.
Like
name one that Kamala Harris did.
Name one what?
One thing that she campaigned on that didn't affect the general populace.
Name one thing she did.
Housing reform. She literally had an entire, one of her largest campaign things was literally on making housing more affordable for everyday citizens. So I named one that was her literal biggest thing, and we could go like deeply into it. Now you tell me one that she was running on that completely went opposite of that, because you made the positive claim that the Democrats have bad representation and lack, like campaign agendas that represent the majority of Americans. So please tell me which one she was doing that didn't represent the majority of Americans.
Oh, easily. So, well, for housing, you brought up housing.
Nope. That was mine. You tell me yours.
Yeah. So Kamala didn't do anything with housing while she was in office.
I didn't ask you what she did with housing, sir. Let me rephrase to you how this just went down. Okay. You made a positive claim. The Democrats lack representation and people that have policy that affects the majority of Americans. I asked you to name one policy of Kamala Harris that did not represent the majority of Americans. You told me name one that does. I named one that does. That's housing. So now it's your turn to name a policy of Kamala Harris's that does not affect majority of Americans. You can't take mine just because you want to answer my question with a question. You need to answer it on your own now.
That's cute. But anyways,
I know, and so is your pivot.
I haven't
That's why I'm
really-
trying to bring
I
you
never
back on
cared
topic.
about Kamala Harris's policies because she never really charismatically posted any that
Gotcha.
I could even possibly remember, and that's why Trump's in
Absolutely.
office and he got
So you
elected.
have zero
That's your
policy
problem.
zero policy agenda items from
Not getting
Kamala
in the
Harris.
middle of
So you just made a positive claim saying that Kamala Harris and Democrats, you said Democrats representation, people that have been running for Congress and are running for presidency for the Democratic Party, lack freaking policy that helps the American people, that generally, is guided towards the majority of American citizens. When I asked you to give one example, you don't have a singular example, sir. And the reason why you don't have a singular example is because
you didn't do
it's
anything.
a bold-faced fucking lie, okay? Because you can't name a singular policy from Kamala Harris that didn't represent the majority of Americans. Because guess what? When you have a housing plan, housing affects everybody in the United States, okay? Everybody in the United States needs to be able to have a place to live, right? So if you have
why
a
did it
plan
get
for
worse
housing,
under that
then that does that.
administration's
Now,
policies,
Donald
and
Trump,
why
on the
are you
other
even
hand,
bringing
sir,
it
I'm
up? It's
talking,
still a
sir,
problem.
I'm talking. See, on the other hand, Donald Trump didn't actually have a singular plan to help fix housing, and that's why he still hasn't fixed our housing issue whatsoever.
Well, that's not true because they're litigating it right now, and he put forth an executive order to stop private equity firms from buying up single-family homes. So
Donald Trump
not
deregulated the
really
Fair
accurate.
Housing Act in his first term, which made it easier for private equity to buy up single-family homes.
Well, that's not what he did in his second term, and now it's being litigated right now. I don't know if legislators passed the bill or not, but they've been talking about passing it. But he did write an executive order.
Gotcha. So Donald Trump is trying to undo his own law by executive order. Got it.
I don't know if that's exactly accurate. I mean, you just quantified deregulating business as a whole, and this is the problem, is a bad thing. You probably think
I didn't say that at all. No, I didn't say that at all. What did I say that he deregulated, sir?
I don't know where you're getting.
What did I say that he deregulated?
Allow private equity firms. I'm talking.
No, I'm talking.
I don't understand.
What did I say that he deregulated?
So it's okay for you to interrupt me.
Yeah, because you're trying to put words in my mouth and then trying to argue things that I never said. I said the words, Donald Trump deregulated the Fair Housing Act, which made it easier for private equity to buy up single-family homes. You said, oh, what you're saying is that all deregulation is bad. And I never fucking said that. And then you were moving on to argue that point that I never fucking said. So I'm bringing you back on topic, sir. You keep trying to change the conversation, put words in my mouth, and then argue them as if I said them. And I never said them.
The left would rather try and split hairs than get to the actual problem. And this is the problem we all got, and this is why nobody's voting for people on the left.
Correct. The problem is that Donald Trump deregulated the Fair Housing Act in his first term, which made it easier for private equity to buy up housing, which increased prices of housing in the United States by decreasing the supply of housing in the United States, and especially after COVID happened, in which there was an increased demand for housing, right? So Donald Trump, due to his policy and due to the situation with COVID, caused this problem. And now you're telling me he's trying to do an executive order, right, which is being litigated, okay, which I don't understand how it's being litigated. That doesn't really make sense. But regardless, okay, that he's trying to re-regulate his own deregulation. I'm not splitting hairs, sir.
Well,
I am specifically talking about the thing. Remember when this conversation started, sir? Remember when this conversation started, sir? Remember when this conversation started, sir? Remember when this conversation started and you were like, man, I wish people would read, right? I wish people would read and know what's going on. See, I did read. I know what's going on, and I'm asking you to talk about it with me, but it doesn't sound like you've read much.
Well, what I'm reading right now.
So you're starting to read it now?
Repeal it.
Oh, gotcha. So you're going to start researching right now to try to find out the answers. So all of the research I've done. So all of the research I've done. Oh, sir, I could just Google. Wow, sir. Wow. You know, why do we even have these conversations? We should just get on Google.
You're a liar? I mean, maybe you should check your own sources because he never repealed the 1963 Housing Act is what I had.
I never said he repealed it.
Like, so I don't.
I
know where
literally
you're coming
never said he repealed it. Those words never came out of my mouth.
from. Okay, well, what did you said? Then what were you saying? Because I heard repeal.
Sir, I've said it 4 times. What are you talking about? I never said he repealed the Fair Housing Act. I never said that.
Okay. Well, then why does what you said matter at all? Why do what you said matter at all if he's actually putting forth executive orders to stop private equity firms from buying up houses? Like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah, I've already explained my position very, very clearly, sir. And I do bore of repeating myself. I do bore of repeating. Oh, he hung up. I do very, very much bore of repeating myself over and over and over and over and over. Goodness gracious. If you don't have enough comprehension to fucking have the conversation, then don't call in, man. Jesus Christ. I hate freaking pseudo intellectuals that try to fucking sound smart. Anyways, y'all, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Democrats are so horrible because they're having all of these policies that don't represent the American people. Okay, name one. Silence. Y'all, if you guys like support the live, I do a super chat, super stickers, pay links in the bio. We're about halfway through the hat and mustaches too. If you guys would like to help support on that, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, and somebody was there and then they left. Ooh, see, I was all ready to take the next call. I was in the zone over there. I guess they bounced. Oh, and then I had someone there. Everybody's bouncing as I bring them up. I guess I'm scaring people. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
37.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
On some things, yeah.
On some things? All right, well, let me ask you a question. Now that we've completely surrendered from this war, what exactly did we gain out of the hundreds of billions of dollars that we spent in 13 American lives?
The nuclear stuff.
The nuclear stuff? What nuclear stuff?
That Iran had.
Iran had nuclear weapons? Because Donald Trump said he destroyed all of their nuclear weapons and nuclear sites 9 months ago.
Well, apparently he didn't. But that's not the reason why I support him because the immigration stuff.
Yeah. We'll get back to that. That's fine, sir. Sir, if Donald Trump said that we obliterated their nuclear weapons and all of their sites, well, they didn't have weapons, right? Because we already know that they didn't have weapons. If we obliterated all their nuclear sites 9 months ago, then what did we gain from this war? I want to know, because I know you guys want to talk about immigration stuff and that's all cute and all sorts of stuff. We literally went in and started a war and people have fucking died. Okay? Because you support a president. I want to know what the fuck I got for freaking hundreds of billions of dollars and American soldiers' lives.
Yeah, but I mean, you're just bringing up one point.
Yeah,
I mean, if you dig deep into anybody, you can bring up a point of somebody bad did. I mean,
dig deep, sir. It's a war that he just started last month. Like 5 weeks ago. I'm not digging deep. You're the one that's trying to dig deep to talk about immigration that Donald Trump said he solved over a year ago. And you're still trying to talk about it. I'm talking about something, sir, I'm talking about something that is dead current, something that is happening right now. What the president of the United States is doing right now, that is what I am talking about. You are trying to talk about something that Donald Trump claims he completely solved over a year ago. You're the one who's trying to dig deep to try to find something good with Donald Trump. I'm not. I'm talking about current affairs.
No, I'm not digging deep. I don't agree with either side. I think anybody that supports any politician is pretty retarded. I'm just saying, I agree with one thing with him, and that's the immigration thing. I mean, you guys, on both sides, you guys suck these politicians off like they're fucking heroes or something. It's a little gay.
I could give a fuck about a politician. Who the fuck are you talking to?
Huh?
I could give a fuck about any of these fucking politicians. Who the fuck are you talking to?
Well, I'm just like, no, I don't agree.
You're the only one up here fucking sucking something off for fucking Donald Trump about his immigration policy. I couldn't give a fucking shit. It doesn't sound like you know what you're talking about either.
I do know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you do?
It's running.
Awesome. What party do I belong to, sir?
Business. We're so bad in debt, but hey, let's bring others in here and bring more problems that we don't need.
Cato Institute said over the last 50 years, immigrants have been a surplus to the United States of $14.6 trillion.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. You know, Cato is actually a right-leaning fucking institute, right? Research institute, and a very respected one. And they have had a
Who said I'm
$14.6
right-leaning?
trillion surplus, sir. So you said,
Who
you know,
said I'm-
any
who
business
said
you
I'm
can't just
right-leaning?
hemorrhage money and just, you know, and just give it all away. So what do you do in business when immigrants are bringing in $14 trillion? Don't you think you should keep them?
Who said anything about me being right-leaning? I don't know why you keep throwing right.
I didn't say anything about you being right-leaning. I said you just said we shouldn't be hemorrhaging money as a business by having all these immigrants and having to take care of them. And I am telling you that they are providing a $14 trillion surplus. So by your own standpoint, we should be adding more immigrants, right? Keeping as many as we can.
No. Well, your numbers are flawed.
My numbers are flawed. So the numbers of the American Immigration Council, Cato Institute, Pew Research Center, right? All of their numbers are all flawed, but you're right. You know, in the last trackable year, undocumented immigrants paid almost $98 billion in friggin' state, local, and federal taxes.
You can't pay taxes if you're here illegal.
Of course you do.
It makes 0 cents.
Of course you do.
If you come over with a work visa, yes.
Nope.
But if you cross the border illegally, no, you don't pay taxes.
Oh, gotcha. So people that cross the border illegally don't eat.
They don't pay taxes. No, they don't.
So they don't eat. They actually, undocumented immigrants in this country actually come over and they just, as soon as they cross into this great country of America, they just lose the will to eat. Just a land of milk and honey. They just go outside and they just grab food off the ground, right? And they never have to buy food. That's what you're saying.
No, they eat, but it doesn't.
Okay, and when they buy that food, do they pay sales tax on that food?
Have you not seen?
Sir,
how
when they buy
steal?
that food, do they pay sales tax on that
steal
food?
And they rape people and
Sir.
they kill people.
Sir, when they buy food,
Getting the
do
money
they
legally.
pay sales tax on that food?
Blah 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 blah.
Oh, so your
But they're not
refusal to
paying
answer the
the
question
taxes.
means either you're too dumb to answer the question or you're too dumb to know the question. But we're not going anywhere past this, sir. I can do this all motherfucking day. When they buy food, do they pay sales tax on that food?
6 cents on the fucking dollar doesn't
Perfect.
make any
When
difference.
they buy clothing, okay, because they have to clothe themselves, because if not, they would get freaking stopped by the cops over time. Do they pay tax on that when they buy clothing, or when they buy gas, or when they buy anything? Because we have taxes on this country. Do they have to pay the taxes on those things that they buy? Yes or no?
Yes. 6
Awesome.
cents on
Then
the
therefore
dollar.
they pay taxes. Wow, check that out. Every single person in the United States pays taxes. It doesn't matter whether you're undocumented, whether you're documented, or any other thing. But not to mention the fact that there are so many states in this country already, right? I believe the last count was like close to 20 different states where even as an undocumented person, you can go and you can apply for an I-10, and therefore that works as a social security number, so you actually pay income taxes also.
And
So
they
not only
usually
are they
get on
paying
welfare.
sales tax and gas tax, but they're also paying freaking employment tax. And no, they do not. They're not allowed on welfare because there is not a single social safety net or welfare program in the United States from a federal level that allows undocumented immigrants on it.
Really, go ahead and take a look
No.
at California, New York, Chicago, Seattle.
Sir,
all
I'm
of
sorry.
them.
Did your boyfriend just jump on? Is that what just happened?
I don't know who the fuck
Nobody's
that is.
boyfriend.
Are you guys okay over there? Oh, there's somebody else over here in this little chat. I didn't realize somebody had brought up. I'll move them. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But to
I don't know
answer
who the
that
fuck
question,
is.
whoever the fuck that was over there, okay? I said in federal taxes, yes, there are certain states that do allow for certain there's certain social safety nets, like Medicare and Medicaid, right? Or like Medi-Cal. But that is voted on by that state, and those states provide those services specifically because it's cheaper for the state to provide those services than it is for them to come under EMTALA laws, which is more expensive on the taxpayer.
But which state are those? They're all Democratic states, correct?
There's some purple states, but most of them are Democratic states, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
That's
would
what
they
I'm
not
saying,
want
like,
that, sir? Sir,
the
if you have
Democrats like to give
undocumented immigrants,
handouts
if you have
that we
undocumented,
pay into, where does the most taxes come from, right? Property taxes out of our paychecks and stuff like that, not buying food and stuff like that. Out of our
So
some
what
property
you're
taxes
saying
where
is,
most taxes come from.
so what you're saying is in blue states, they're smart enough to make sure that they can tax undocumented immigrants so that the United States and that state makes money off of those undocumented immigrants because they're paying taxes. And red states literally force them to work under the table to where they're not paying any taxes. Sounds like the blue states have a much better plan going on, don't they?
No, they're paying taxes when they buy shit, yes.
No,
But they're
both.
not working
In
and
California, you can get
contributing
an
to the tax- to
I-10.
the
You can be an
Social
undocumented
Security,
immigrant,
to
and you're,
401k.
sir,
And then
you
if
can be an
look at other
undocumented
stuff
immigrant.
too,
Sir, you
like,
can be an
look at
undocumented
Dearborn,
immigrant and
Michigan.
pay income tax.
Look at Dearborn, Michigan.
Sir, why do I need to look at one city in the entire fucking 360 million people in the United States? Why don't I look at whole
It's happening
states like
in other
California?
states too.
Why
It's
do,
happening in
sir,
other
if
things.
your entire
look,
argument,
we
if
have
your
a-
entire argument
After- hold
hinges,
on, so
sir,
you're telling me-
if your entire argument hinges off of one city that you can't pick out on a fucking map, then your argument is worthless.
I can 100% pick it on the map, but hear this out. So you're
Okay,
telling
let's
me
say-
we're
let's see.
24,
Let's see.
25 years from 9/11, and
Let's
we
see.
have Muslims taking over
No, let's
United
see.
States cities
Let's
right
see,
now?
sir. Let's see. Okay.
Right?
Dearborn, Michigan. Where's it at in Michigan?
It's close to Ann Arbor
It's close to Ann Arbor. Where's Ann Arbor?
in Michigan.
Yeah, what part? North, south, east, west? Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. You couldn't fucking pick out Dearborn, Michigan on a map. Exactly what I fucking thought. Thank you. Point proven. Anyways, what were you whining about?
Not whining. I'm just stating facts, and you don't like facts.
You stating facts. You
Because
said
it
I
doesn't
said
go
you
with your
couldn't pick out
narrative.
Dearborn, Michigan
You
on a
got
fucking
Muslims-
map, and
you
you
got
couldn't even
Muslims
tell me
taking
whether it was
over a
north,
city
south,
in the
east, or
United
west. You couldn't even tell me what side of fucking Michigan it's on. By the way, Ann Arbor's not even the closest city to it. Just thought I'd let everybody know, in case you were wondering, Ann Arbor's not even the closest city to Dearborn.
It's close enough. It's on the east side, but that's irrelevant to the argument. I'm just saying.
You don't know where the
you
fuck
look
it's at, sir. It is
There's Muslims that
literally
taking over that city.
It is literally a fucking suburb of Detroit.
Okay.
It is literally
Anywho.
a fucking suburb of Detroit. See, there's Detroit, there's Dearborn. It's literally right there. Okay? It's so fucking close. See, Ann Arbor is way the fuck over there. All right? It's
Blah,
literally
blah,
a
blah,
suburb
blah,
of Detroit.
blah.
You're
Keep
complaining about
deflecting.
a city.
Keep
You're
deflecting.
complaining about a
Keep
city.
deflecting.
You don't even know where
Keep
the
deflecting.
fuck it's at.
Keep deflecting.
I'm not deflecting from shit, sir. You're the one trying to bring up a
You have
fucking
no
singular
argument.
town.
You have no argument.
You're the
saying
one
you're
trying to bring
deflecting.
up a singular fucking town when I'm talking about literal immigration for the most populated state in the United States. And you're
in
like,
every
I'm going to
state.
name
Are
a
you
town
fucking
I heard
retarded?
about on Fox News that I don't even know where the fuck it's at.
It's in every city. There's mosques coming up everywhere. Are you fucking retarded, or are you just?
Oh,
are you
you're
blind?
just scared
Or
of
you just so-
Muslims. Oh, the poor little white boy's afraid of Muslims. Oh, poor
Oh,
little
I'm
guy.
sorry.
Do you think you'll
Oh, I'm
survive?
sorry, nigger.
Do you? Oh, and there's
Does
the
that offend
racism.
you?
There we go. Guys, if you talk to MAGA long enough, okay, you will get to one of two things. One, they will call me the N-word, and just for all you blag out there, all you black MAGA, just know you'll never be one of them, right? You'll never be one of them. You're just their little fucking token, all right? You're just their little
keep
fucking
deflecting.
token. You're their little fucking token, and that's all you ever be. And the other thing they will always do is they will end up talking about male genitalia. Only one of those two things. They will either start calling people the N-word or they will start talking about male genitalia. When he gets beaten in an argument, all it is N-word this, N-word that, because that's all they fucking have is this sad little fucking talking point where where these fucking nothing fucking white men think that they're superior to somebody because of the color of their fucking skin. Okay? When he gets dog walked by an incredibly pretty brown man, okay, he has nothing else to fucking do but to start calling people the fucking N-word. Okay, when someone as pretty and brown as me fucking absolutely shows how intellectually superior I am than him, that more intellectually superior than he will ever fucking be, all he fucking has is to sit there and whine the fucking N-word like a little fucking racist bitch.
You done, princess?
See, now he's trying to hit on me. What else do you have to say, sir?
Oh, so you're automatically...
Nobody fucking cares. Get the fuck off my live, racist. Anyways, y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Get the fuck off my live, racist. Sit there and talk to you. Anyways, if y'all would like to support the live, I have super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio. I will throw them on the screen and do all that stuff. Like Bellin, who says that last caller had to be a product of brother and sisters. 100%. 100%. That's what happens. Y'all, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate that. We are about halfway through the hat and mustache gift goal. We should way be past that already. Also, we should get this thing up to about 200,000 likes. Let's keep this thing moving. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. Love you guys so much. Really do. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 16. I don't necessarily support...
All right, sorry, man. I got to let you go. You got to be 18 to be on the live. Hello, how are you?
Hey, my name is Jason. I'm just calling not to argue with you.
How old are you?
Or sorry, not argue. I'm 26. 26.
Yeah, I don't believe you. I do not believe you. That was cute though. He went, I'm 26. Because he realized it was 2026. And he realized, okay, that he could just subtract 26. At least he tried there. All right. At least he gave it an effort to lie well. At least he gave it an effort to lie well. I am still waiting for a Trump supporter to come up here and to tell me what we got from surrendering in this war. That's what I'm waiting on. That's what I am waiting on right now. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm sorry?
How old are you?
19, 19.
Where year were you born?
Year born was 2005.
All right, we're gonna move off of that person. Woo, we're gonna get some callers in here. We're gonna keep this thing going. We're trying over here. We'll get somebody in here that wants to actually have a conversation. That are adults. That are of age to be here, preferably. If you guys still support Trump, you guys can call in on the number or join the guest request box. Hello, how are you?
My name's Dan. Oh, okay. How are you? For a reason.
Great. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do support Trump.
Awesome. Maybe you can tell me. So now that we've officially surrendered from this war, wasted billions of dollars in a bunch of American citizens' lives, what exactly have we gotten out of this?
Not much.
Then why do you still support Trump?
I want to say, I do want to argue that the reason why I support Trump.
Yeah, I think this is the same person that called earlier. I think he just said a different age. Hello, how are you? I think they just said a different age. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. It seems shady. It sounds like the other guy. I didn't block him either, so. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Is this the same person that called earlier too?
Yeah, so.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what did we get out of surrendering in this war?
Ah! sorry, excuse me.
Hello, how are you? All right. Just a bunch of trolls. We'll see if we can get somebody. We're going to get somebody in here in just a second. I'm going to go over to my TikTok guest request box, see if we got anybody over here. See if we got anybody over here, because it seems like a bunch of children over there. Hello, how are you? Hello?
Is that for me or for the phone?
For you?
Sorry, I didn't know if you were still taking callers from the phone. Sorry about that.
Nope. How old are you?
I'm 45. I'll be 46 in 2 weeks.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. So what did we get out of surrendering this war after hundreds of billions of dollars lost and American troops dying?
Well, we haven't surrendered. We're trying to get a ceasefire going for a little bit, a temporary one. But the only reason why I was connecting was to two comments that you made earlier to the other two people. It sounded like you were saying like ITINs are really only available in California. That's just how it appeared to sound.
That's
I don't know if
not
that's
what I said at all. No,
okay.
I actually said I actually said in I think almost 20 states. I actually specifically said that.
Actually, every state does. It's the IRS, so it's every state.
Yeah, but not every state allows for undocumented immigrants to get them. In some states, you have to be a documented immigrant or like a asylum seeker or something like that in order to get an
What I'll say
ITIN.
though is like, even though yes, they can have them, most of them don't, and that's from my experience of being in insurance and working with businesses. And I do employee benefits, and with those, we have to have at a bare minimum an ITIN just to be able to insure them. And there's many companies even when I lived in California that like we couldn't even do anything with, because when they did have workers that were undocumented, we could, if they had, let's say they said they had like 20 employees I have 20 employees, and maybe like 7 or 8 of them were undocumented, like in the construction field or in the farming industry, we couldn't touch them. And because there's a lot of them that just don't have it. I'm not disparaging them. I'm just saying that there's a lot that just don't though.
Of course, there's a lot that don't, but you just saying because you worked in insurance for a little bit, you can extrapolate from that most don't is ridiculous.
I didn't say most.
You did.
I said a lot of them don't.
You said most.
Okay, well, I would extrapolate from that from businesses I work with, and I've worked with a lot of companies over the years in that space. But the other part too, though, is that you had said that Trump deregulated the Fair Housing Act.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't deregulate that. The only thing, the Fair Housing Act's been around forever, and that's to prevent discrimination.
He loosened it.
And that's not why public equity is buying up those houses. The reason why public equity
I never made that claim.
They
were buying it up before they were buying up prep. No, sir, you're making, this is why I hate when people come up. This is why I hate when people come up, sir.
Act in his first term.
This is why I hate when people come up and try to argue the points that I've already made, because whenever people try to do it, you guys always fucking fuck up most of the argument that I fucking make. Okay, private equity was buying up houses well before Donald Trump became president the first time. I did not say that they started under the Trump administration. Okay, I also didn't say that he got rid of the Fair Housing Act. He loosened the restrictions of the Fair Housing Act, which allowed more companies to do it. That extrapolated with COVID helped to cause the problem.
Not why.
Okay,
he did not do that. You're wrong, actually. What he did is he took away an Obama era portion called the affirmatively further fair housing, which what it did was it was the amount of tracking that was happening. It had nothing. The reason why that private equity was buying up homes is because interest rates were the lowest they were during COVID.
All right, I'm just gonna put it on the screen.
I refinanced my house during COVID. I went from a 6% interest rate down to
totally
1.9.
Cool. That's totally great. Here's right here where Donald Trump rolled back the 2010 Dodd-Frank Act, okay, which literally executive orders were aimed at reducing regulatory burdens on mortgage lenders, targeting appraisal rules, and simplifying compliance, aiming to lower mortgage rates and increasing lending, particularly in 2026, focused on small institutions, fair banking orders. The change aimed to reduce compliance burdens with the administration are limiting lending and economic growth. And we can go right here. We're on Donald Trump's fucking website right here. He fucking says that he did it. Okay. It literally says it on whitehouse.gov.
That in 2020, he made a change in the first part of his first term, though. It was an Obama era.
Sir, what does this have to do with anything? What is your actual argument here? What is your actual argument here?
The argument is that you're wrong.
Okay. Prove it.
I just did.
No, you didn't.
What in his first term, the first thing that he did was he eliminated an Obama era portion of that, and it's affirmatively further fair housing, which what it did was it analyzes segregation patterns and actively works to reduce them. And so he eliminated that funding to that.
Okay.
And it let local governments actually handle it versus the federal government.
Okay.
What would you like to talk about next?
Nothing, sir. I'm just allowing people to read where Donald Trump brags about all of the deregulation he did in his first term, which literally led to everything that I'm talking about, which is literally coming from
He
White
didn't
House.
deregulate the Fair Housing Act, which you said he did do.
I'm just letting people read where Donald Trump literally brags about doing all the things that I said he was going to do, that I said he did. Okay. So you can sit here so I have it from Donald Trump's own mouth saying that he did these things. So your argument about me being wrong is a fucking joke. Okay. Sound good?
Where does it say he deregulated the Fair
Sir,
Housing
you can go
Act?
read it your fucking self. Also, I put it on the screen for you to read it. You had the entire time to do it. I even was nice. I even sat there nice and quiet while you did it. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were reading it. I wasn't reading it.
Sir, I've already read it. That's why I don't have the will to argue with you, because I don't know what to fucking I don't know how to argue with somebody when I can literally put the proof on the fucking screen and they still don't listen to it. So
well, I'm not crashing out like somebody's messing in there, but the text was also blurred as well, by the way. So
I'm sorry.
You could just
read off your phone. Read it later, I guess.
That's fine. But I'm just telling you, he didn't deregulate the Fair Housing Act. That has never been deregulated.
Okay, sorry. Well, you know what, sir? Fine. If you want to play semantics and maybe on here, maybe I messed up the act and he only deregulated another dozen things that did the exact same thing and not the Fair Housing Act. Would that make you feel better?
Well, no, but now it sounds like you're doing the exact same the other people do when they speak wrong, they misspeak, and then
Are you
flip
just
it
gonna
around
cry
to make it
now?
sound like they're deflecting. So, I mean...
Are you just going to cry now, sir?
I'm not crying at all. I have nothing to cry about. My Sabres are winning. We're in the playoffs for the first time in 15 years, so I'm good.
Then what are you fucking doing here? Why are you on my live?
Because I was connecting because you were misspeaking.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, just so you know, the Dodd-Frank Act is not why public equity was able to buy up housing in 2020.
I didn't say that. I literally already fucking said 4 times in this fucking conversation that private equity did not start freaking buying up single family house when Donald Trump got in the presidency. I've said that to the last guest. I've already said it to you twice. Okay. You guys need to learn to read. Holy shit, dude. You guys are so fucking annoying, bro. This is why, guys, please don't come up here and be like, you said something to the last guy. It's really, really bad, okay? It makes you look really, really dumb. All right? You guys don't listen. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello? Hello? I cannot hear you. All right, we're gonna go on to the next yes. Make sure you guys hit the follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know what that dude's deal was. Maybe it was other parts of the Fair Housing Act. I know I've read the Fair Housing Act. I've literally read through it and shown where Donald Trump did that. So that's bullshit. But even if I didn't, I can show you fucking 12 other things he deregulated that did the exact same thing, which I can pull up. So why does it matter?
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 82.
You're 82.
Yeah, I'm a little older.
What year were you born?
Here was I born.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next caller. I really appreciate you. By the way, just as I throw this out there for that last guy, if he's there, this is literally, okay, this is literally the freaking executive order, okay, in which he did it, okay? It was this executive order, okay, which sought to deregulate parts of the Fair Housing Act. It's right here, okay? It's on his website, June 25th, 2019, all right? You guys can all pull it up whenever you guys fucking want to, all right? Hello, how are you? Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 18.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I love Trump.
You love Trump. That's fucking weird.
No, it's not. It's not weird.
Yeah, no, loving a president is weird.
No, not really.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's pretty okay. Anyways, I got some questions for you. Do you like?
I'm sorry. Does this say politics interview? Why do you still support Trump?
No. Can I speak?
Not if you're just gonna ask me questions. No. Why do you still support Trump?
Well, I just have one question for you. That's it.
What?
Ask one. One. Okay. Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
Absolutely not.
You don't.
I only believe in Satan. Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Can I get some 666 in the chat? Hail Satan!
Okay. So you
do you believe in our Lord and Savior Satan?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, I've been watching your live stream. You're a bit of a hypocrite. You.
Oh, sir, I do not give a flying fuck what you think about my feelings, okay?
Bubba, let me talk, bud.
No.
Okay. Yes, let me talk, hon.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. Please continue.
Okay.
Just kidding. I do not want to hear about your feelings. Now, does anybody actually want to come up here and actually talk about politics? Y'all are getting real weird over here, okay? You guys are getting real weird. Hello, how are you?
Hello, sir. I was watching your live, and I just wanted to say I'm glad that you're doing this podcast. And I don't support Trump, never did, and I think he's destroying our country. I think that our youth are really misguided because he lies to them, tries to make himself a trend, and it's gonna pay back, in a really bad way in a couple of years, And I think he's just misleading us, and like he's tearing us apart from within. And it's sad to see because I know people, in some way, even a bad way, might really love and care about our country, but they're going about it a horrible way. Like, honestly, I just cannot believe that he's a pedophile still sitting in our Oval Office, dude. That's weird. You know what I mean? So,
well,
but
it's because of the people like the last people. But I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming up, man.
Thanks, man.
Y'all, if you guys like to support the live, do super chat, super stickers. Let's get to halfway through these money guns too. I really appreciate that. I am trying to stay up in league. If I don't even know how many gifts I need, but I'm trying to get up to I'm trying to jump leagues today. I'm trying to get up to B4 and I need a lot of help. So if you guys like to help me support, or B5, whatever the bottom one is, B, I'm trying to get there. So if you want to help support, I really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
No, not anymore.
All right, man. I'm going to have to let you go so I can get on to somebody who supports Trump. I appreciate you, though. All right, Joe, please only call in if you support Trump, or try to join the guest request box if you support Trump. I'm trying to get to debate. We had a nice palate cleanser. That guy was a nice palate cleanser, but I am trying to get to some conversations and some debates over here, so I appreciate that. Hello, how are you? Hello?
You ever play NBA 2K?
Hello, how are you?
Daddy, why do you rate me?
Hello, how are you? Hello? Very weird. We're gonna get somebody in here that actually can have a conversation. It might take a second. We're gonna get there, y'all. Please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. We do this 5 days a week, so it'd mean a lot to me. Hello, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
40.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump? Sir? Now I can't hear you. Nope, can't hear you. Nope.
Go Trump.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like we're in a fish tank, sir. I'd love to talk to you, but I cannot understand you. I would love to talk to you, but I cannot understand you. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
I just like what he does.
What exactly do you like that he does?
I like how he just bombs Iran. I like what he's doing with the war.
When have we gotten out of this war, by the way? Thank you so much, Amy.
Killing all those people over there. I love that.
I bet you call yourself a Christian too, don't you?
No, I'm a Muslim.
You're a Muslim? Very Muslim of you to just want people to be dying, huh?
Yeah, I know it is. I guess Muslims like that.
Yeah. Well, Christians are the ones that are bragging about it. So, hello, how are you? Hello. Yeah, we were rocking on people that actually had to have conversations, but now it looks like we got a bunch of freaking losers over here. All right, if you guys still support Trump, you can join the guest request box or call in at the number above my head. We will get back to their conversation. So if you're new here, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate that. Amy, thank you so much for the $6.66 for the 666 over there. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Scott said Trump is the head of the clown in the circus in the United States. That's for sure. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, sir?
Are you talking to me through a megaphone?
No, I'm talking to you through the White House phone right now.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, hello.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why is that?
I really like the stuff he's doing.
Like what?
What he's doing in Iran, what he's doing to assert dominance.
To assert dominance. What is this, a bedroom?
No, that's just...
You just like you like to be tied up and had some cuffs thrown on you? I mean, hey, man, if you're into that sort of thing, I don't judge, bro. I don't judge. I mean, that's on you.
It's fine. I know you're gay. I know you like saying it's fine. You're gay. But anyways.
Yeah, sir, when you say gay, it's not a negative to me. You know that, right?
Oh, that sucks. I mean, if you like that, but anyways,
why is being gay negative, sir? Because they get more action than you and you don't like it?
Huh?
Because they get more action than you and you don't like it?
No, that's not at all why. I'd rather take pussy than dick any day. And,
well, I hope you get your first one soon, sir.
Sir, can we just have a conversation?
I hope you get your first one soon. Hello, how are you? That's actually a lie. I don't really hope he gets his first one soon. I don't actually hope that. That's what you call a lie. Yeah, I just did a lie there. Hello, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 38.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
Don't hang up on me. I don't support what's going on in Iran.
Then why do you still support him? If you don't support the biggest thing that he's doing right now, then why do you still support him?
Okay, because of the fact that he has certain laws in place that I think are doing great. Not all laws, not everything he's doing I support. Some things I do still support, yes.
What law does he have in place that you're supporting?
I live in Washington State, which is the biggest liberal state out here. Okay,
so what law does he have in place that you're supporting, sir? I'm sorry, I don't know what that has to do with anything.
What I'm supporting? I don't support liberal politics because they're not helpful for the American people.
But that's not what I asked you, sir. You said he has laws in place that you're supporting, and I asked you which laws.
A lot of his laws, immigration laws, I support because nobody should be able to come over here, break laws, and be able to get away with it.
What immigration law has he passed?
The immigration laws he's passed. Let's see. California. We've got New York, Chicago. We've got so many states that have been caught up in fraud to the tunes of billions of dollars.
That's awesome to hear, sir. What laws has Donald Trump passed on immigration was the question.
That you should come here legally and not illegally.
That's been the law in the United States for the last 100 years. So that is not a law Donald Trump passed. I think our current immigration law, sir, I'm in the middle of a sentence.
You cut people off. Do not cut me off, please.
Sir, I'm in the middle of a sentence. How could I cut you off being in the middle of my sentence and
I
you
hear
talking?
you talking, and I'd like to speak.
Okay, you can speak when I'm finished, sir. You can speak when I'm finished.
Please let me finish my sentence.
I will as soon as I'm done speaking mine. Donald Trump's the immigration law in the United States was written in the 1950s. It was updated again in the 70s and then updated again in the 80s. At no point during that, okay, and up until Donald Trump became president, was it ever legal to come here illegally. It's always been against the law. Okay, so what laws, sir, when I asked you, what laws Donald Trump has passed for immigration, I am asking you for the laws, and you seem to not have any. Okay, and I'm just asking how you can be supporting Donald Trump based off of laws, and you don't know what laws. You don't know what laws. See, you see how I'm still in the middle of my sentence, and you started talking, and then you want to complain about getting cut off?
Well, yeah, because like I said, okay. Can I finish my sentence, please?
No, sir. You can answer my question because I've asked you the same question four times and you refuse to answer it. Once you answer my original question, then you can talk about whatever you want. You said you support the laws. What laws?
Like under Obama had when it was the catch and release, he has the detain the illegal immigrants that came here under the Biden administration laws that would say allowed 10 million illegal immigrants in here and have abused our laws and have abused the welfare fraud system to the tune of billions of dollars.
Okay. So he hasn't passed any laws. That's what your answer is?
He has passed laws.
Okay, can you name one?
Look at what Nick Shirley's done. He's uncovered billions of dollars in fraud, and they keep kicking everybody out that keeps uncovering the fraud to the tune of billions of dollars.
How many arrests have been made for that daycare center fraud that Nick Shirley uncovered? Because you know they sent the FBI in for that, right?
He what?
They sent the FBI in. The president of the United States, the White House, they sent in the FBI. Sir, you cannot possibly know the answer to my question if you don't let me finish talking. They sent in the FBI to investigate all that daycare fraud that Nick Shirley was talking about. How many arrests have come from that?
Let's see. There's been like multiple arrests from every
The answer is zero.
The
answer is zero because he didn't uncover any fraud because there wasn't any fraud going on with that. The fraud that was happening in Minnesota, sir, the fraud that was happening in Minnesota, okay, before Nick Shirley got there and started making a bunch of wild claims that didn't exist, that fraud had been investigated since 2022. And by the time sir, I know you're having a hard time like with your self-control here. Okay.
I don't have time. I have plenty of control. I came from the Marine Corps. Okay. I served. I know.
Man, thank you for your service. I thought the Marine Corps was better than this.
They are.
Well, then shush while I'm talking. Discipline, sir.
Do you believe in God?
Sir, I'm in the middle of a sentence talking about Nick Shirley and fraud in Minnesota. Shush.
First of all, do not tell me to shush. I'm not a fucking dog.
Well, then stop acting like a child and you won't get treated like one.
Excuse me? I'm not.
There is no excuse for you. Be quiet while I finish my fucking sentence.
Well, first of all.
All right, I'm muting you. Anyways, you don't matter anymore. You're just muted. You can sit there and fucking whine and cry to yourself because I'm not going to sit here and not be able to get my sentence out. Since 2022, okay, there was already 92 indictments on the fraud that was going on in Minnesota, okay? Since the Biden administration in 2022, by the time Nick Shirley or anyone showed up or Donald Trump even got wind of it, there was already 64 people in jail for that fraud, all right? 64, all right? Guess what? They're all American citizens, all right? Including their ringleader, who was a white lady. Okay. And then Nick Shirley goes there talking about fucking daycare fraud. They send in the FBI to investigate it. They don't find a singular case of it happening. Not a single arrest was made. Not a single charge. Not a single indictment on any of that daycare fraud that Nick Shirley freaking talked about. He's going in there and he's lying to your fucking faces. Okay. And making a whole bunch of money doing it. But besides that, sir, yes, there is tons of fraud going on in the United States. Like Rick Scott in Florida, who literally defrauded freaking Medicare and Medicaid for billions of fucking dollars and was found for it and had to pay it back, or like Ron DeSantis, who literally has just been found to be defrauding the Florida taxpayers of $10 million that he rerouted to his wife's personal fucking charity for them to pocket it. There is tons of fraud going on. The biggest freaking fraud that came from like the COVID spending happened in Mississippi, okay, by a bunch of white Republicans. All right, you guys trying to scapegoat immigrants because of this fraud? There was fraud in every single state, but you guys only care about the black people in freaking Michigan because that's all you've been taught to care
Nothing
about.
to do with skin tone, dude. Don't bring up any race bullshit, okay?
Then stop being racist, sir.
I'm not being racist. You're the one that just pulled out the race card like any typical Democrat.
Did you not bring up the Somalis in freaking Michigan?
Because they were caught busted with the Leering Center. Okay, anybody knows how to.
The Leering Center had been literally closed for over a year and hadn't received a single dollar.
Then why was it uncovered that there was over $1 billion in fraud?
It wasn't.
Yeah, there was $8 billion in fraud.
There was billions of dollars in fraud. That is correct, sir. There was billions of dollars in fraud, which was indicted under the Biden. Sir, listen. I've already explained this. Listen. Okay? This is why it's so important to listen. Okay? There was billions of dollars in fraud. Correct. There was indictments on that starting in 2022. Before Nick Shirley showed up, 64 people were already in jail for that fraud. Okay? The fraud was already found. Nick Shirley went in and discovered absolutely fucking nothing. Okay? Absolutely fucking nothing. He discovered $0 of fucking fraud. Zero. Not a single fucking dollar. Not a single red fucking cent. And I think it's really fucking sad that freaking that he's able to manipulate weak-minded people. Okay? To think that some fucking, I don't know, 19-year-old fucking YouTuber somehow has more investigation power than the FBI and the federal prosecutors in fucking Minnesota. Okay? That the entire fucking state police, the federal investigators in Minnesota, the fucking FBI, that somehow some YouTuber, 19-year-old, however old he is, YouTuber, somehow has more investigative power than literally billions of dollars of investigative power in the federal government. And it's just sad because he just preys on weak-minded people like this guy. He just preys on weak-minded people like this guy. It's sad.
I'm not weak-minded to start. Okay. I'm not weak-minded. Thank you very much. And second of all, I'd like to ask you a quick question now that you're done having your rant. Okay. What is your faith?
My faith, Satan. Hail Satan! Can I get some more 666s in the chat? Hell yeah, dude. Can I get 666s in the chat? Hell yeah. We got to get some Hail Satans in there for this guy. Light this chat up with some 666s for this chat. I really appreciate you.
You can light up it all you want. You're ranting and raving like any typical Democrat would. That's why most of your guys' arguments.
I'm not a Democrat, sir. I'm not a Democrat. I just love Satan.
That's what Democrats like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a Democrat, so I wouldn't know, sir.
The governor of California is in for. He's Satan. He's the devil of the Democrat. I don't know if you haven't paid attention.
He is the devil. No wonder I like Gavin Newsom so much. No wonder I love Gavin Newsom so much. Apparently, he is actually the devil. That's pretty impressive.
Gavin Newsom is the biggest devil out there.
Oh, okay. And what's he done to be the devil, sir?
Look at his policies.
Yes, I'm asking you for one. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Is I am asking you for a policy.
Anytime that man writes anything, it turns to shit.
Name one.
Skid Row looks like crap.
You think he wrote a policy for Skid Row? You think Skid Row was a policy? I said name one Gavin Newsom policy. Give me one Gavin Newsom policy.
Oh my good fuck, dude! Come on, if you're such a big time,
I dare you, double dare you, triple dare you, no takebacks to name me one policy that Gavin Newsom's passed.
Oh my God, he's passed hundreds.
Correct. Can you name one?
Let's see. Hell, for Christ's sakes, look at all those hospice centers down there that have been collecting billions.
Also not a policy. See, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about weak-minded people. This guy is literally on the fucking live, literally complaining about all of these Gavin Newsom policies and doesn't know a single policy. He's saying that every policy is bad, but can't name one singular policy. Can't name one singular policy of Gavin Newsom's, but apparently he's the devil and all of his policies are the worst thing that have ever fucking existed. Okay, sir, how can you say something that's bad that you don't know? If you don't know what it is, sir, if you don't know what it is, then how could you possibly know it's bad?
Every policy he's had has been horrible.
You can't name a policy, sir. You can't name a singular policy. You can't say all of his policies are bad when you can't name a policy, sir. You don't know enough to make that comment.
Yeah, let's see. I went down there 2 years ago, and it looked like shit back then, too. Just like it does now.
California is doing absolutely awesome, and everyone that lives there loves it.
Really? Go ahead. It's funny, because I went down there 2 years ago, and
I grew up there. My entire family lives there.
San Francisco.
Yeah, I lived there for the first 20 years of my life. I lived there for the first 20, sir, I lived there for the first 20 years of my life. And absolutely, sir, I lived there for the first 20 years of my life. Absolutely love it. My whole family lives there. Absolutely loves it. I visit there all the time. It's fucking amazing, sir. It's fucking amazing, sir. No, sir, the only people bitching about California are people that don't live there. Everybody who lives there fucking loves it. They're doing great. They have freaking.
Really? I did my basic training there, and it looked like shit.
Cool. You were there for what, 13 fucking weeks and barely left the base? I'm sure you know so much about California.
No, I left the base plenty of times.
Oh, to go to the mall, sir. Please stop.
Down there still.
Please stop, sir. Please stop, sir. Please stop, sir. No one cares. This is just sad at this point. I'm actually starting to feel bad for you,
like
right?
I said, the moment somebody tells you that you're beautiful, everybody's.
I know I'm beautiful, sir. What are you talking about?
Everybody's fleeing California for Texas.
It's actually not the actual. The actual population rate in California is rising right now. And it's been rising for years.
But yeah, you guys have the highest homeless population.
That's what happens when you have the most people. Yeah. It's not the highest it's not the highest population. It's actually not the highest homeless population per capita. It's just the highest because there's more people.
Hell, even Colorado, people can't even afford to live there.
Yeah. People can't afford to live in awesome places. You're right. When places are really fucking awesome, sir, people want to move there. And when a whole you are now starting to get on my fucking nerves because I do like having conversations with actual people who have the ability to, and you are now getting on my fucking nerves. If you cannot be a fucking adult long enough to let me finish a sentence, then will you please, and with all due respect, which is none, fuck all the way off?
You know, I've heard worse from better.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Guys, I thought the Marines were actually training fucking adults over here. What happened? Every Marine that I fucking have ever known had a whole bunch of discipline. Right? I didn't hang up on him. He hung up. That had a whole bunch of discipline. I thought Marines were the best. I loved my fucking Marine friends. What do you guys think? Stolen valor? What do you guys think? Stolen valor? It sounds like some stolen valor stuff to me. Yo, if you guys like to support the live, I do have super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, I am trying to bump up leagues today. So if you guys like support, I got like 3 gold mines. I'm trying to hit a little live gift goal over here. So if you like support, would really mean a lot to me. Truth, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Said, did you see Pete Hegg said at the podium yesterday? He farted and the mic picked it up. So now we may have a sharter and a farter. Are we great yet? No, I did not see this. But it sounds fucking hilarious and like I need to watch it. It sounds like I need to watch it. That sounds actually really, really fun. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Truth. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Tatted, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate that. It said Trump found this at the Strait of Hormuz isn't straight, so he ran away. Oh, you know, if he actually found out it wasn't straight, he would actually run towards it. That's not true. And Olivia, thank you so much for the $5. Said, please take this to another MAGA can cry. Is that why the last guy was crying? Is that why that last guy was crying? That makes a lot more sense. Hot Dog, thank you so much for the gold mine too. I really, really appreciate that. Also, Shay, thank you, Shay and Mike and Colorado and Brett and Big T and Mishi, everybody, and Orpheus. Thank you so much for the money guns too. I really appreciate it. I didn't want to leave that out there. Thank you guys so much. That really, really means a lot for all the support. All right, we're gonna move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. Oh, and for anybody out there who's like, you know, talking about, you know, like, oh, my Satan and stuff, don't worry, guys. I don't actually believe in Satan. It's just a joke, okay? I don't believe in anything in the Bible, including Satan. And Peyton, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate that also. Hello, how are you?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi, do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 21.
Awesome. Awesome. Why do you still support Trump?
To be honest, I just support like the actions he's doing, and in my opinion, my total complete opinion, is making our country better.
And what has he done that's made our country better?
Can I one up you just for a sec?
One up me on a question that I asked you about your own point?
Sorry. Let me restate my question. Okay. I'm gonna answer your question. I don't want you to get all mad because I'm ignoring.
Sure, no one's mad. Just get on with it.
Okay. Look, the last guy, he hated Gavin Newsom, and can't name one bad thing he's passed. But can you name? Well, you hate Jesus, correct?
Nope.
You don't. Do you believe in him?
Nope.
No. Okay. Can you name one Bible verse?
Yep.
Name one.
Jesus wept.
Say it again.
Jesus wept.
Okay. Bible verse, chapter and verse.
Oh, I don't remember the chapter and verse.
13 to 16. Okay, so you don't know.
Oh, you didn't say I need to name a chapter and verse. I can almost recite to you numbers 5, the entire chapter at this point. Pretty fucking close.
Okay.
Why do I need to know your Bible verses, sir? I don't believe in it.
No, I'm just asking.
Then why? Why are you asking?
I don't believe in what Gavin Newsom does. I don't know any of the shit he's passed.
Sir, that wouldn't, sir, the equivalency to that would be that you don't believe that Gavin Newsom has ever passed a policy. Do you believe that?
No.
You don't believe that. That would be the comparison. That's a dumb analogy, sir. Sir, I've read the Bible cover to cover multiple times. Okay? I know that the Bible exists. I just don't believe it. Just like I've read Harry Potter books, and I also don't believe that Harry Potter exists. Okay? But what I don't do is say I've never read The Lord of the Rings, but Gandalf was a super bad guy. Okay?
Sir,
I can't say that that Gandalf was a super bad guy if I've never read the books that talks about whether Gandalf is a bad guy or not. Okay? That's not the way that works. What he's saying is that Gavin Newsom's policies were bad. He didn't say that Gavin Newsom was bad. He said that Gavin Newsom's policies are bad. And if he's going to say that Gavin Newsom's policies are bad, okay, then he has to know what Gavin Newsom's policies are. Okay? Just like I know in the Bible, right? I don't need to know chapter and verse to know that God either orders the killing of thousands, tens of thousands of people in the Bible, right? Including ordering the killing of people in the Bible, right? And the devil never orders one person dead or kills a single person. So really, who is the bad guy there?
Okay. I will answer you. Satan's the bad guy because you know what he does?
Doesn't kill people.
Well, doesn't matter, does it? Look, he made us have original sin. Whether you believe in God or not, I believe in God. Okay,
sir, I don't care what you believe in. I just want you to go believe it someplace else.
Of the whole world. Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna get mad at you for that. But look, so does 25% of the world. They support Jesus Christ. They believe in Him. So look, where were we? Sorry, I forgot. Hello? Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah, I was talking to you. I forgot where we were.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to figure it out.
Yeah, can you tell me?
Isn't John 3:16 like for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life? Did I get that one right?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, there you go. I can name a Bible verse with chapter and verse. Hey, check that out.
Nice. Did you look that up?
No?
No? You didn't?
Sir, I went to 12 years of Christian school. There's a whole bunch of Bible verses bouncing around here.
Dang. So your parents wasted a lot of money on you.
They really did. I tell them that all the time, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You shouldn't do that. Do you love your parents?
I do.
You do? All right. What do they support? I don't mean to talk about your parents. I don't mean to be disrespectful or anything. Just want to know.
My parents are Christians. Well, my mom is a Christian. My dad's dead, so I don't think he's anything anymore.
Oh. Okay. Do you think he went to heaven?
No, because I don't believe that heaven exists.
Okay. But did he?
Sir, if I believe that I'm going to go to a freaking flying kayak in the sky, does that mean I'm going to?
No.
Okay. So therefore, it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay. You don't believe anything exists. What do you think is going to happen when you die?
Sir, there
Just
are
like
Christian
this?
lives. There is a ton of Christian lives out there. I prefer Justin Deconstruction Zone. He's my favorite. Love him to death. Okay. This is not a Christian live. This is a politics live. Okay.
You're right. Let's talk.
I know I'm right.
Name a topic. Let's chat.
Why do you support Trump?
Okay. I like what he's doing with our country.
What has he done?
Okay. First of all, this war with Iran.
By the way, let's get this thing up to 300,000 likes, please. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And let's clear out these gold mines too. I appreciate that.
Hard to justify the war in Iran? Yes. Pointless? No. You know what Iran's been doing?
Trying to negotiate with the United States?
No. America sent a ceasefire a few days ago, and Iran said, hell no.
No, before that, sir. When we bombed them the first time, we were negotiating with them. When we bombed them the second time, we were negotiating with them.
Because they had a nuclear facility, and we kind of...
They had a nuclear facility, and then how come the director of national intelligence said they didn't?
Because we bombed the shit out of it.
No, before, in March of last year, before we bombed them, the director of national intelligence said they weren't trying to build a nuclear weapon.
Well, they were. Do you think we just...
Gotcha. So the entire, the literal head of the entire apparatus of the United States intelligence, intelligence system says they weren't, but you, random person, thinks that the entire United States intelligence system is wrong.
Wait, so you're saying the U.S. said they didn't have nukes?
Yes.
They weren't trying to buy... Okay. So then what did we send 8 B-2 bombers to bomb?
They're nuclear facilities.
See where I'm trying to get to?
No.
Okay. If we sent them to bomb their nuclear facilities, they don't have nuclear facilities, according to you. What the hell did we bomb?
I didn't say we don't have nuclear facilities. I said they weren't trying to build a nuclear weapon. Tons of countries have nuclear facilities that don't have nuclear weapons.
Name one.
Name one?
Yes, name one.
Oh, shoot. Italy? I believe Italy's one. Italy? Poland?
Italy, I think.
Yeah, most of Eastern Europe. Canada? Sweden?
Canada,
Norway?
Well, they're also...
Spain?
NATO.
Iran?
NATO.
No. You said name countries that have freaking nuclear facilities, but don't have fucking nuclear weapons, and I'm naming them.
Yeah. Canada's also in NATO. If they needed help and needed nukes, guess what? NATO would give them to
Australia? How about Australia?
Australia? Who the fuck wants to mess with Australia?
Who the fuck was... What does that have to do with countries that have nuclear facilities and don't have nuclear weapons? What does that have to do with anything?
They don't need nukes.
Iran didn't need nukes. Now they do.
Yeah. Okay, let's just back up here, okay?
Oh my God.
You know why we're getting Iran?
Yes, because Donald Trump got manipulated by Netanyahu to go jump in a war that we had, that when they were showing no imminent threat to the United States and weren't building nuclear weapons. And now Donald Trump doesn't know how to get out of that war because he's an idiot. And now we're still in the war.
Let me clear something up. So, first of all,
how old did you say you were again?
Iran was...
How old did you say you were again?
I'm 21.
What year were you born?
Why do you want to know that? You can do the math.
I figured. All right. Sorry. I did I was really trying to, but I was like, dude, you can't even you're not even being able to form a sentence. We're not getting anywhere in this conversation. Holy shit. Hello. How are you? Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh my God, you're another child. Hello, how are you?
Good.
Awesome.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Awesome. Why is that?
Because the stuff he did is what I voted for.
You voted for new wars?
Hell yeah, nigga. I'm a YN and I would destroy any fucking body who's trying to mess with America, like just like your bitch ass. You keep talking about Trump, I'm gonna find your bitch ass and kill you, bitch.
Ooh. So scary. Guys, I'm shaking in my boots. Anyways. Guys, balls haven't even dropped yet talking about how he's going to hurt somebody, bro. Fucking better watch out before I go find your mom. I know your dad left, so you better watch before I go find your mom, become your new dad. I'm telling you. These children better watch before something happens, bro. I'm going to come in this spot, bro. Don't mess with me, dude. Don't mess with me. Hello, how are you? Hello? Hello? All right, y'all. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We are working on getting a new caller in here, so I hope you really appreciate it and just stick with me while I found one. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you? Hello? All right, another person not there. Hello, how are you?
Hey, hey man, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. How about yourself?
So I'm watching your show. I just saw the last call you got from somebody saying he's a YN and all that bullshit. I'm also a young black man. I just want to say that is a terrible representation. We are not like that. And I just want to say, I hope that idiot finds God, because that's no way to live life. Live free and God. I do not support Trump for shit, because I'm a reasonable thinking person. God bless the United States and God bless you.
Yeah, you have a good one, brother. Yeah, I don't think that is a representation of black men. Don't worry. Trust me, I know quite a few very outstanding black men. So don't worry about that. Hello, how are you?
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, I already answered the phone on this person. I gotta block him. Lovely, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And when these MAGAs want to be Christians, talk about religion, I think about Hozier. Take me to church. I worship like a dog at the shine of the light. I take my sins, you can sharpen your knife. Allie, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Said Newsom is a good leader. 40 million, only 2 news scenarios. I lived in California since 1958. He's the best in decades. Absolutely. Gavin Newsom's doing a great job. Yo, can we get this thing up to 400,000 likes? I really appreciate that. Can we keep this thing rolling? Thank you so much, Allie, for the $20. I appreciate that. Can we get this thing up to 400,000 likes? Or let's keep this thing rolling. I appreciate it. If you still support Trump, you can join the guest request box or join or call in on the number on the screen. Lee, you were just there, and then I went to go answer you, and now you're gone. So you just leave to go whine in my chat? That's kind of funny. Scott said, I've read Penthouse Forum and never believed it. Yeah, you did, Scott. You did, though. We know you did, Scott. We know you did. Humbling also, thank you so much for the $5. Said, do you take friendly calls? I'm also from Florida. I take them every once in a while. I'm not taking them right now. I usually don't on Wednesdays, especially because I usually am trying to go like really quickly. Yeah, Big T, thank you so much for the shiny balloon too. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Shay with the gold mine, I saw that earlier too. Chris, well, first of all, Tara, thank you so much for the gold mine and clearing that out. I really, really appreciate that. Chris, if this is a mistake, please let me know, okay? Because I don't like this. This might be a mistake, and I don't want to keep it. So please, if this is a mistake, please let me know. But Chris, thank you so much. Even if it is a mistake, thank you so much. But Chris, thank you so much for the $300 Venmo. Says for you and yours. Can we get the biggest W's in the chat for Chris for the $300 Venmo? Holy absolute shit. I want to see the biggest, absolute, hugest freaking W's in the chat for Chris. That is absolutely huge, Chris. Thank you so incredibly much. That means so much. If that was a mistake, please let me know. I'll send it back. I'm so sorry. That is crazy. Thank you so much, Chris. I almost can't even believe that exists. But I have to say, like, the biggest thank yous. That is absolutely huge. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir. I need you to turn off the live in the background.
W's in chat for Chris. That is absolutely. Yeah, let me go ahead and put this on hold, okay?
Yep.
I apologize.
Chris, that is absolutely huge. Thank you so much, Chris. I really, truly do appreciate it. That is absolutely huge. That means so incredibly much, Chris. So absolutely generous. I really mean that. Thank you so much.
Okay, so are you talking to me on the phone?
I am talking to you on the phone. How old are you?
I'm not on a phone.
Okay, I'm 74.
Responding to you through this app interface.
Because I almost can't even believe that. Trying to get the sound turned down. There we go. Got the sound killed. Okay, now all I got is a picture, but there's no sound. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
74.
Also, do you still support Trump?
I just turned 74. Sir?
Do you still support Trump?
I said I just turned 74 on March the 28th, just a Saturday ago, 2 Saturdays ago.
Well, happy birthday, sir. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, and that's why I called to talk to you. Do you have a moment for me?
Sure, of course I do.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you might have the phones all backed up, and, anything over 30 seconds is too long. I'm trying to be respectful of your time, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I want. Okay, now you said, why do you still support Trump? And I'm going to tell you why. Because he consistently is correct. This whole thing about how he's a Looney Tune, totally insane, all this stuff, man, this stuff is like TDS on super steroids. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it's like these people don't seem to understand that the first thing I'd want to do is make the Iranians think that I'm crazy enough to nuke them. That's what I want to do. And I think he succeeded at that. He scared the living dog dirt out of these guys because they didn't know if he was totally insane and he was going to press the button. And they could already see that the generals weren't going to give any pushback. They just said, yes, sir, and that'd have been the end of it.
No, they wouldn't.
It was brilliant. He terrorized them.
So he terrorized the entire world, okay? Nobody believed he was going to nuke Iran.
Nobody believed he was what, sir? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear
Nobody believed that he was going to nuke Iran. No, that's not true. Nobody believed
that. Well, now, I heard a lot of people that are pretty responsible individuals that while it's true that they didn't say he was going to, there was a lot of focus on talking about him doing it. I mean, I agree with you. You're absolutely correct. Nobody said he was going to do it. You're absolutely correct. However, there was a lot of speculation about whether or not he would do it. And if he did it, what would the effect be? So
the end of the world.
Get the conversation going in that direction. But no, you're right.
It would be the end of the world. Yeah. So no, nobody thought he was going to do that. And no, the military would not have carried out that order. I would be there. It would literally be the military carrying out an order to kill themselves.
Well, it's like this. Were you ever in the military, sir?
Yes, but I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Well, it's got everything to do with it because it means that you understand the military culture. In other words, you've been around officers, you've been around enlisted men, you've been in military situations. You know how these guys act, you know how they think, you know how they live, right? And so what I'm going to respectfully suggest, and I am doing this very respectfully, is that there is somebody out there with 4 stars on their shoulder that if you fired enough people, Hegseth worked his way down the ladder, he would sooner or later come across a 4-star that would give the order to do it. What it reminds me of, and I take it that's you on the screen, you're a pretty young man. You look like you're a young man anyway, a whole lot younger than me anyway. But what it reminds me of is what they referred to during the Nixon era was the Saturday Night Massacre. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it, but I disagree with most of your statement that you're saying here, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, what happened was that the guy who was the attorney general said he wasn't going to do it. So Nixon fired him, and he found a guy who would do it. Just worked his way down the ladder. Now, I don't want to do all the talking. I want to do some listening because obviously I have a lot of respect for you being able to do this show. You've got a lot of people listening to you. So could you be so kind as to tell me where it is that you disagree with my thinking?
Sure, absolutely. I don't believe even Secretary Hegseth, as crazy and as dumb as he is, or freaking JD Vance, as manipulative as he is, would allow that to happen. I don't believe anyone, even in his psychopath fucking cabinet, would ever allow it to even get to a general. Okay, because who would have to fire the generals, right? The generals would have to get fired by the Secretary of Defense. So the Secretary of Defense would have to do that. And then he would have to keep firing Secretaries of Defense until they got someone to do that. But guess what? If he gave an order to like SecDef to freaking to launch nuclear weapons and Pete Hegseth goes, I'm not going to do that, and they fire him, then guess what? See, Pete Hegseth's going to go on the news and goes, yeah, I got fired because I wouldn't launch nuclear weapons. And then the 25th Amendment is immediately freaking enacted on Donald Trump. Like immediately, before he could even find someone to be able to do it. Even our crazy ass Congress is not going to keep a president in that's trying to freaking literally end the world. Okay, it's not going to happen. So like, I understand that this cabinet is completely unqualified. I completely understand that Donald Trump is completely fucking psycho and out of his mind and shouldn't be president. Okay. I believe all of those things. I believe that Pete Hegseth is completely unqualified. I believe that Donald Trump is completely unqualified. I believe that JD Vance is completely unqualified. I believe that Donald Trump has freaking frontal lobe dementia. I believe all of those things. And I believe that they are willing to bend over and do almost everything that Donald Trump says. Almost. But I do believe that even these people, okay, I do believe that even these people have some type of self fucking like the like what is that called when you have the when you can't just force yourself to like jump off of a fucking cliff like to for your own life. Self-preservation, you mean? Yeah, they have some type of self-preservation because that would literally be killing themselves and all of humanity because literally what that would mean is as soon as that launched, everybody on the fucking planet, okay, would launch their nuclear weapons all at the same time, and then no one would exist. It's literally called the theory of mutually assured destruction. It is a nuclear theory that has been around for pretty much as long as nuclear weapons have been around. Okay, so I didn't believe that he was going to launch a nuclear weapon. When he said he was going to destroy the whole civilization, I did believe that, right? I did believe that he was going to commit a war crime. Actually, the war crime just exists by him even saying that he's going to destroy civilization. Let's be very clear. He doesn't actually even have to do it for it to be a war crime. But I do believe that he would have tried to wipe Iran off the face of the planet and kill as many civilians as possible. I just think that he would do it in a different way. I think that he would do it through the normal kinetic means that we have right now, through bombs, through missiles, through ICBMs, and I also think that he'd be willing to do it through things that even in the United States and across the world we've deemed as against the law, like biochemical weapons, napalm, biological thing, anthrax. I believe that he'd be willing to do any of those things, right? I believe that they would be willing to do all of those different war crimes Iran in order to inflict max harm on the civilians. But I don't believe he would have not been able to launch a nuclear weapon. I just don't believe it.
Okay. I mean, I respect that you don't believe it, and I can understand that. You make a very coherent argument. I guess you've just got, see, Hegseth just wiped out 8 4-stars, and an admiral too, but they all had 4 stars, and he just took 8 of them out in one day. So I don't have any problem at all believing Hegseth is quite capable of firing lots of generals and admirals and anybody else that gets in his way. He removed they put it on Trump, but Hegseth is the one that got rid of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. They got rid of the commandant of the Coast Guard. They got, just right on down the line. They've made a lot of firings at the very highest level, at the 4-star rank of the United States military. And I don't think they got any problem at all firing anybody.
I don't disagree with you, sir. I don't agree. Now, granted, I believe it was 4 one day, 4 previously to that about 3 weeks earlier. I don't think it was all 8 in one day. But regardless, your point still stands, right? It's still a good point, right?
Yeah.
That they have no problem firing generals that aren't willing to do what they want to do. I believe that freaking the reason why those 4 generals, maybe it was 5, that it was the chief of staff of the army and the 4 army generals that were underneath him, why he fired all of them is because they were unwilling to go in with ground forces into Iran. And so he's willing to fire them to find somebody else that's willing to do it because they're not willing to go in and commit war crimes, right? And the airs. I completely agree with that. I believe that, like I said, I believe that they would even use things that were like, like biological weapons, like anthrax and stuff to accomplish their mission, right? I'm just saying the nuclear part, I think that it would, somebody would blow the whistle on that before it happened. And that's all I'm saying, right? Like, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am underestimating just how dangerous this administration is. But I think that, like every single time, like they come out and say some stuff about, about defense, we know about it prior. And even when they go to attack Iran, both the first attack when it came to the attacks on the nuclear sites back in June, and this attack, right? Yeah. Excuse me. Both of those things were leaked to the press before they happened, right? Both of those things were leaked to the press before those attacks happened. And I just don't believe that if they even tried to do that, that it would be able to happen without it getting leaked to the press before it happened. And then something stopping it, and again, maybe I'm wrong, but hey.
But listen, let me tell you something. There are 2 things going on here in my humble opinion. Okay, age really does make you more cynical. Okay, when I was younger, I was nowhere near being this cynical. All right, but I most certainly am cynical now at 74. You get to the point to where you understand that there's a lot of things you didn't understand. The other thing is this: is that the fact that these guys would want the power to be able to command the Army, to be able to command the Navy, Coast Guard, whatever. There are people that would sell their mother for the chance to do that. And so I don't have quite as altruistic a viewpoint of these people with morality and motivation. I think they can find somebody who would to cheerfully prostitute themselves to get that extra ribbon on their chest. Maybe get a Medal of Honor hung around their neck or something. The other thing is this: is that you've got to remember how quickly the order to launch goes down. I mean, the president says, "Give me the launch code," to the guy that's carrying the football that's always with him. He hands them the codes. The president inputs the codes, and then that's it. There isn't any time to go to the newspaper. Nobody's going to go to the Congress. Nobody's going to go to the Secretary of Defense. It doesn't make any difference. He can do it. In fact, he's the only human being who has the authority to execute the launch codes. Yeah, and so
I understand that, sir, but he didn't even threaten that. You know that, right? He didn't even threaten it.
Sir?
He didn't even threaten it.
I'm sorry. No, I know that. I'm aware of that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even think it's being brought to him as an option.
Okay. Well,
again, sir, we don't I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, I don't think we're like really in a disagreement here, right? I don't think we're in much of a disagreement here. I think we're pretty much on the same page, right? Like,
well, I think I'm probably one of the friendliest calls you've ever gotten.
Yeah, probably. And like I said, I just don't think we're in that much of a disagreement, right? Like, I think that you're saying that I mean, the only different disagreement in what we're saying is you think that he'd be able to launch nuclear weapons, prior, without somebody in the administration stopping him. And I'm not sure that I believe that, like, I don't believe, even like little Marco, right? I don't think you'd be able to get it past him, right? I think Donald Trump's out of his mind. I don't think he should have the nuclear codes, right? I don't think he's mentally stable enough to have the nuclear codes. And maybe what you're saying is one of the reasons why he shouldn't have them, right? And this is why we should, invoke the Constitution and take him out of office, right? And so I agree with you on that. But I think at this point we're just talking about semantics of just a slight disagreement in something. I think that we both agree that Donald Trump is crazy enough to do some very, very horrible things to a lot of very, very innocent people, right? Or at least threaten it. I believe that I believe that he does like to threaten people a lot in order to try to get his way. And I think that's why his threats don't work anymore. Right. Cause like, you know, like
He did get the, respectfully, he did get the Iranians with the help of the Russians, the help of the Chinese, the mediation in between the two of them, of the Pakistanis. You know, the truth is he did get them to agree that on Saturday they are going to meet with J.D. Vance in Islamabad. Now, he did succeed at that, even though the Russians, the Chinese, a lot of members of the world community pushed the Iranians and said, look, this is what you got to do. Now, the other thing, though, that we all have to keep in mind is the role of the Zionists in sabotaging this peace negotiation. If there's one thing you can count on Bibi Netanyahu to do, that is to sabotage this.
Hold up, but before we move on to that, okay? They had already agreed to negotiate with us, right? They had agreed to negotiate with us, and then we bombed them. And then when they agreed to negotiate with us again, and then they bombed them. And then Donald Trump threatened them to get us to agree, and then they said no. And then Donald Trump threatened them again, and then they said no. And Donald Trump threatened them again, and then they said no. And then Donald Trump threatened them again, and then they said no. And then Donald Trump threatened. There was like 7 different threats. They told him like, oh, you have like 24 hours, you have 2 days, you have 3 days, you have 5 days, you have 7 days, you have 2. Like literally all like this entire war. Excuse me, Donald Trump has been threatening to do horrible things to Iran, and Iran has told them to fuck off, right? And yet this time they agreed to it, but I think it had a lot less to do with Donald Trump's threat and a lot more to do with what Iran was getting, right? Because in this ceasefire agreement, they got the United States to agree to pretty much give them full control over the Strait of Hormuz, right? To stop Israel from bombing Lebanon, right? There wasn't even an agreement in there that they weren't going to be able to produce nuclear weapons later, right? Like the entire regime and the Ayatollah stayed exactly in power. I think it had much less to do with the threats that were coming from Donald Trump and a lot more to do with the fact that Donald Trump just gave them everything.
Well, he got the war over, didn't he?
It's not over. The ceasefire has already been violated, what, a dozen times in the first 24 hours?
I think that somebody's going to end up lowering the hammer on Bibi Netanyahu. And either he's going to get killed in a retaliatory attack or he's going to be taken out. Because the world is not going to allow the Zionists to, the radical Zionists, to destroy the world's economy.
Sir, if somebody was going to take out Bibi, then they would have already done it.
Then they're going to get rid of Bibi, sir.
If that was going to happen, it would have already happened. This isn't even the worst thing he's done lately.
But here's where we are. And he's attacks in Lebanon. It was an incredible attack in Lebanon that he just did. And so he has been responsible for sabotaging. He doesn't want peace. He wants to keep the United States in this war. And so what he does is he sabotages the peace process. And that's what he's doing in Lebanon right this minute.
And he's going to keep doing it.
I believe that's why I'm telling you that somebody's going to lower the hammer on it.
Well, no, that's what he's going to keep doing, because this is why we never should have gotten into the war to begin with. That's the problem, is that Donald Trump got in this war thinking that he could just stop the war or threaten his way out of the war whenever he felt like it. Right? He can't.
You're absolutely correct.
Because it's not his war to stop.
You're absolutely correct again.
He can sit there and he can threaten, he can say he's ending it, he can call for ceasefires, he can do all this sort of stuff. But as long as Israel keeps attacking Lebanon, Israel was attacking Iran this morning, right? As long as Israel keeps attacking Iran, then Iran is going to retaliate. They're going to retaliate against Israel. They're going to retaliate against the Gulf states. They're going to keep retaliating, and this war is going to continue and continue and continue and continue for as long as Netanyahu wants it to continue. And Donald Trump can't do a motherfucking thing about it.
It will continue as long as Netanyahu is alive. And that's the key.
Well, sir, I'm not friggin' advocating for the death of anyone, especially not any world leaders, okay? I'm not advocating for that, and honestly, I don't really want to talk about it, okay? Because it's a moot point, right? It's a completely moot point to talk about.
Well, it's your show, and I got to respect that, and I do respect that. I had a talk show for like 20 years that was actually networked on satellite. I was on ABC satellite.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So, yeah. So I mean, I respect what you're doing. I know that it really takes a lot to do what you're doing, and so for you to be where you're at right now, yeah, what you talk about and what you don't talk about is totally yours because it's your program, and everybody needs to respect that. And I do hope they will do that.
Well, thank you. Well, sir, I'm going to move on to the next guest, but I do really want to say you have been one of the nicest callers I've had in probably weeks and one of the most respectful. And to be completely honest with you, even though I disagree with some of your points, you actually made some of the most intelligent points that I've actually talked to in a while also. So I can actually agree that yeah. Oh, I'm chilling, man. I really appreciate it. Honestly, this was a nice palate cleanser to have someone to talk to that wasn't screaming the N-word at me. So you can come up and disagree with me at any time, sir. You can come back up whenever and disagree with me. So we can actually have real conversation over here. Okay.
Well, can I call when I agree with you and give you positive reinforcement?
You can disagree with me too, sir. I appreciate all of it. All right. You have a good one. All right, sir.
All right. Well, listen, just so you know, I didn't catch your name on here. Do you actually use your name anywhere on here?
My name is Chris. I go by Paulie on here, but my name is Chris.
Okay. Well, my name's Kenneth.
Kenneth, nice to meet you.
I'm in beautiful Pensacola, Florida.
I am right down the street from you.
And where are you at?
Destin area.
Well, your number comes up as Colorado.
I know. I can make this Google Voice number tell you I'm in Timbuktu.
Well, that's creative. I got you. All right, I'm going to get out of your way. There's probably other people want to get in here, but I'm going to take you up on your offer. I really do appreciate it, and you've been very good to me, and I appreciate the respect you paid to me as well.
I appreciate that, man. All right, man. You have a good one, all right?
Okay, God bless you, man.
All right, bye.
Be cool.
All right, y'all make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. I'm not like in Destin. I'm just in that area. But I let people know all the time. I'm in Northwest Florida area. Yeah, that's not a problem. I like it up here. All right, y'all, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Chris, thank you so much. Chris, I just saw your message on Venmo. Said it was not a mistake. How dare you say it was? I was not accusing you, Chris. I have had people make mistakes before. And of course, I've been more than happy to return, anything like that. But I do really, really appreciate it. Can I get another big W's in the chat for Chris for the huge Venmo? I really appreciate that. I see we got Crestview in the house. Hey, nobody knows where Crestview is. So I say between Pensacola and Destin. Nobody knows where I actually live either. I just say Destin because it's easier. Okay, I'm actually a lot closer to where you're at over there, actually. Destin's just a lot easier, right? To say than where I actually live, and a lot safer also. Hello, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Said, "Holy shit!" I say when my poop resembles Donnie. Guys, relax. I've been doing this for a long time. Everybody stop tripping out. You guys tripping out about it makes it so much bigger of a deal than it actually is, okay? Really. Nobody cares until you guys start friggin' making a big deal out of it, all right? Please and thank you. Y'all, if you guys like to support the live, I have a super chat, super stickers, pay links in the bio. I have 4 more corgis to clear out the gift goal, so I really appreciate that. And we just hit 400,000 likes. Let's get this thing up to 500,000 likes. Let's keep this thing going. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Lovely. Thank you so much. Ari, don't tell them we're in Tallahassee. That's not good. Lovely. Thank you so much for the $5. Said, I think TDS are for all MAGA who bend their beliefs to fit whatever maniac idea Trump has. Yes. TDS is definitely just supporting Donald Trump. Regardless of any of the crazy stuff he does. That's what real TDS looks like. All right. That's really what TDS looks like. The River Rat, I see you over there, said, I'm new to this channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Hey, Liz, thank you so much for the €5. Said, nice to see that 758-819 people stay out of, I stayed to not watch, not it's nice to see 758-819 people stayed to not watch an emotional debate with structured way of arguing, not fucking interrupting each other. Hey, Liz, it is actually very nice when people actually stay around, when I get to actually have calm and cool debates. Because a lot of times I'm having these very, big crazy debates, and people stay around. And as soon as I have nice ones, everybody leaves. Not very nice. So I'm really happy to see people come in and chill out on that. So I really appreciate that. There's another River that's also new, and a Jess that's new too. Hi, both of you guys. Hi to both of you guys. All right, y'all. Let's get this thing to 500,000 likes. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can clear out the Corgi Live gift goal. Like I said, I'm like this close to jumping up into like B whatever league. I don't actually know the leagues, but I'm like B whatever, and I really want to jump up to it. So if you guys would like to help me support, I really, really appreciate that. What is it, Ari? Like B something? It's like B something, right? David also says, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? We went over the favorite ice cream flavors yesterday. And it was was it yesterday? Salted caramel. I'm trying to get to B5. That's right. It's salted caramel. Salted caramel is my favorite ice cream. Salted caramel is favorite ice cream. We may hit a dance move. How was that? Was that good? I've been practicing. I've been practicing. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Dude, bro, hit him with the sprinkler, bro. Hit him with the sprinkler. What do you know about that? Thank you for the sloth. I appreciate that. I tried to put that up as a gift call yesterday. Nobody would give it to me. Yeah, I've been practicing. I get it with the. Yeah, I love the sloth gift. I put it up as a gift goal yesterday and nobody had gifted to me. Thank you so much, Nicole, Hot Dog, Ryan, Kat. Thank you guys so much for the corgi. Joe, Ryan again. Thank you guys so much for the corgis. I really appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
Hello, sir.
This is Movie
How are you
Phone.
today? Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you for calling Movie Phone.
Yes, I love Movie Phone. I'm 38, so I remember Movie Phone.
Your voice sounds just like the Movie Phone voice.
Oh, I appreciate that, but my dream job is actually voicing Duke Nukem, and yes, this is my real, actual voice, even though a lot of people online don't believe it.
I almost hung up on you because I didn't believe it. So, to be completely honest with you.
Nope, you're fair, but a voice modulator can't really do pitches like that unless you're fucking with the... Can I swear here?
No, people would like to put AI on to talk to me. That's what I thought it was. But anyways, and yes, you can curse all you fucking want. I don't give a shit.
I'm not AI.
Yeah.
I just wanted to. You're asking if I'm still a Trump, or if people are still supporting Trump. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. I am in a state where gas was more than $5 a friggin' gallon under Biden, or no, under Obama. And then Trump took office, and for selfish reasons, I'm a delivery driver, it went down to $2.50. But I'll be honest, I have mixed feelings about Trump because I don't really support this term. And again, I supported the first one because of selfish reasons.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question. What did Donald Trump actually do for gas prices? Like, what did he actually do to lower gas prices in his first term?
Well, in my state, okay, I'll go ahead and say it. I've been doxxed before. I don't care. I'm in Alaska, dude. We have a fucking oil pipeline. We have refineries.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump opened up a lot of land for exploration drilling.
Sure.
And then Biden came in and shut it all down, and gas went up to almost $6 a gallon. Now, this term, let's see, the lowest I saw today was $4.49. So I'm not really that impressed with this term.
So it might surprise you to know. Okay, so maybe I'll inform you of some things right now because you sound like a reasonable person. Do you know that more land was released under Biden for drilling than by Donald Trump in the United States as a whole? I don't know about Alaska specifically, but as in the United States as a whole.
In the United States, I could see that, but in Alaska, they closed a lot of stuff, which Trump had originally opened some federally protected land, and I'm part Alaskan native. So, I mean, I'm only an eighth, but that's enough for free health care, which, by the way, free doesn't always mean good.
Well, no health care is
I do
free,
get free
sir.
health care, eye and dental. Like, they'll yank my teeth, and I get glasses like once every 2 years, and, you know, like.
So are you familiar with the Willow Project?
I have, full disclosure, I am a bit intoxicated. I just got off work not long ago, and I'm sitting in my car chain smoking. If you could remind me, I will listen to what you have to say, and I will probably believe you. Hey man, I'm a grown ass
by the way,
man. I'm allowed
bro,
to drink.
hold on. First of all, I am laughing. I am not judging. Okay.
Okay.
I am
Fair
laughing.
enough.
I am laughing. I am not judging because it, like, bro, if it, like, every single one of y'all out there at one point in your life has just like sat in your car, chain smoked cigarettes, or maybe you didn't smoke, whatever, but chain smoked cigarettes just in your car, just sitting there after having a few too many, and just be like, shit, man, just it's been a fucking day. So I've been there, done that, and I am not hating. Okay, at least you were honest about it. All right, and so truthfully, I'm not hating. I've done the same thing. I've sat in my car, freaking. I quit smoking about. Well, I'm 15 months off now, but of nicotine.
Congratulations, brother.
Oh, thanks a lot, man.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. That really means a lot. I appreciate that. The Willow Project was a ConocoPhilly oil venture that was approved by the Biden administration on Alaska's North Slope. Okay.
Yes.
It allowed for 3 drilling pads and roughly 219 wells. All right. Which was expected to produce 600 million barrels of oil over the next 3 decades. All right. So while there was some things shut down in Alaska, right? And I'm not saying that you're wrong, because I know that there was some certain drilling sites and some certain drilling pads and all sorts of stuff that were shut down in Alaska. There were a lot more that.
Sorry to interrupt, but it takes time, even from president to president, to actually make those things happen.
Yeah, right. Exactly. There are things that are delayed. This was one that This was one that was literally signed into action under Biden in 2023. It might only be coming into action now or maybe last year. You know what I'm saying? So that's very accurate, right? But here's what I can tell you about the Biden administration. All right. We were energy independent for the first time in 70 years in the Biden administration. In 2024, we produced more oil in the United States than any time in American history, and we outproduced Russia and Saudi Arabia in oil, right? So we were producing under the Biden administration quite a bit, right? And I understand that the gas prices, especially in 2021 and 2022, didn't really show that. That was due to the OPEC Plus deal that was actually negotiated by Donald Trump to reduce the amount of oil that was actually produced across the world in order to prop up oil prices during COVID, to raise the prices which backfired as soon as the economy opened back up. But I understand from your perspective that the Biden administration, and I understand this from a lot of people's perspective, right? It's so freaking awesome. From the Biden administration, because he talked a lot about clean energy. He talked a lot about other things like that. And he talked, they try to pass like the Green New Deal. They try to pass other, clean energy initiatives. But at the end of the day, Biden understood.
What do you think about the Green New Deal?
I think that, in my personal opinion, I'm not too concerned with the Green New Deal as itself. I thought there was a lot of good things in there. I didn't agree 100% with every single thing in there, but I don't think there's a policy in the world that I agree 100% with on everything. What I think that is what's important is that we need to start moving towards clean energy, right? And that's really important. We can't just do it overnight. Right. We need to stick on fossil fuels and make sure that we have fossil fuels and natural gas and nuclear energy that's happening right now. But also we have to understand that things like fossil fuels have a shelf life. We are only going to be able to use them for so long, right? And we need to start pushing towards more sustainable energy sources long term, right? So we need both. And I think the Biden administration understood that we needed both, but at the same time, didn't talk much about one, talked a whole bunch about another.
I will agree with you, and I have a very short rebuttal. Here in Alaska, we have charging stations like right next to the coal plant.
Sorry, that's kind of funny, isn't it?
Like literally right across the river from the coal plant, and a lot of these green. I understand wanting to go green. I agree with that. I would love to go green. But at the moment, you're charging your Tesla and your electric vehicles on the use of fossil fuels and coal.
Right, because we're not there yet, sir. We're not there yet.
Exactly.
All right. But that's what I was trying to say. We're not there yet. We have to get there.
Not yet.
Right. But just like when cars were invented and cars, like when the Model T was invented and Henry Ford, actually created the production line to make cars, more available for everyday people, right? That they could afford on a budget. We didn't have the gas stations to, we didn't have the gas stations to be able to use all those cars. We didn't have freeways, right? We didn't have the infrastructure built. We built the cars and then the infrastructure followed because the need for the infrastructure existed after we had the cars. And what I'm advocating for is that we need to do the same thing, right? No, I'm just saying I believe that we need to advocate to doing the same thing, right? We need to build the cars, we need to build the trains, we need to build the semis, and the infrastructure will follow because that's when the need for the infrastructure will exist, right? We will have electric charging stations that aren't being fueled by coal once there's a need for them to exist, but we haven't moved to electric. We haven't moved to electric to a point where that's necessary yet. We just haven't gotten there.
May I ask you a question, sir?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so in Alaska, I don't know if you know about the tilting of the earth and the fact that here in Alaska, in some places, during the winter, it's so dark and cold some days we only get like 8 hours of daylight. Solar, kind of out of the question.
Yeah, I've actually been to Alaska multiple times, actually.
Oh, where at?
I was in Anchorage all 3 times. I didn't go too far away from Anchorage, but I've been in Anchorage. I've been to Anchorage a few times, and I've been in there in the summer. So in the middle of summer where the sun didn't really go down, right? The sun just kind of like tilted, like went down and went up. I'm not saying that solar is the exact answer for everything. I live in Florida. Solar's a great source here, right? It's sunny.
Sure it is.
It's sunny most of the time, right? If you live in a more windy area, maybe like where you're talking about, then maybe wind turbines are more, are more valid. You guys have a lot of rushing water there. Maybe something like, like hydroelectricity, is better, right? There's tons of different.
And I'm all for that.
Yeah, there's tons of different things. I'm not saying that there's a one size fit all answer. There's tons of ways that you can go with clean energy. It doesn't have to be one absolute source, right? There's tons of ways we can make energy cleaner. We just have to, just kind of push towards it. But anyways, brother, I'm gonna let you go back to your drinks and your cigarettes in your car, and I'm gonna move on to the next caller. But I hope you have a good one, all right, man?
Hey, you have a good one too, brother, and thank you for having a generally inclusively nice conversation with me. And you have a lovely evening.
You also, man. You also. The dude was drunk, but he was a good conversation, all right? I'm just saying, dude was for being pretty intoxicated, that wasn't bad. All right. Oh, this is my other one. This is the one I tried to click on. Sorry, I tried to click on this GIF before because this one's the other super cute one. Sorry. Anyways, honestly, really not that bad, right? Really, pretty good. How's the drunk guy a little bit? Dude, that is so cute. Tell me that's not cute. Tell me that's not super cute. Jen, thank you so much for the $5. Said, if it were sustainable, would you and Ari ever do streams full time? Yeah. Absolutely. We would 100% do streams full time and create content full time. We are trying constantly to try to get there. We're not there yet. But we are trying constantly to do that. All right. That one's the cutest gift ever. And you know what? I don't even care. I'm going to set up a new goal. Oh, no, it's gone now. That sucks. All right, we're going to take another caller. Keep this thing going. I really appreciate it. Why are the vibes so good? They did not start off good. Vibes did not start off good at all. They just ended up there. Okay? I don't know what to tell you. They ended up there. And so here we are. Okay? I'm pretty happy about it though. Y'all, if y'all would like support, I do super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio. I started a new gift goal of just those kittens kneading my head because I think it's adorable. So if you'd like support, I really appreciate that. Speaking of which,
it's insane.
Yeah, we might actually make it up to B5 today. I think we might actually make it up to B5. I think I'm right there on the edge. I think I'm right there. I might actually get there. Hey, Liz, thank you so much. Also, we're almost to 500,000 likes. We're almost to 500,000 likes. Can we double tap that screen and get that thing up to 500,000 likes? I really appreciate that. Hey, Liz, thank you so much for the $10. That I'm on sustainable energies. The key problem is never finding the source. It's always finding the storage. With today's solar panel prices, they might just work in Alaska as well. That's 15 cents for the jet ski today. $15 for the jet ski today. Yeah, we're working on the jet ski. Yeah, exactly. If you could and that's what I was going to say too. And I was going to mention that. So thank you, Hayless, so much. I'm gonna put the Hayless up there, but thank you so much, Hayless, for actually mentioning this. Yeah, they have months and months and months where they don't have sunlight. They also have months and months and months where all they have is sunlight, right? If they could take the solar from the months where they only have sunlight and then move that over to the months where they don't have sunlight, it could still work. It 100% could still work. You know? Don't let Ari fool you. This is actually my gift. The kittens kneading is my gift, so send them to me. Don't listen to Ari. Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you? So, don't worry, I'm not AI, but I've been listening along. It's actually the first time I've ever been there, and although I might not agree with a lot of what you're saying, I do gotta say the way that you present yourself is very mature. So I'm on the phone now.
Yeah, it's mature when I'm treated maturely.
Definitely interested to have a meaningful conversation with you. So I'd like to open the door for you. Just ask me a question that you think you would want to know, and then
Yeah, why do you still support Trump?
Conversation. So, what do I think about Trump? That's a great question. I've never voted an election ever in my life, actually. The first time I ever voted was for Donald Trump this past year. Strictly because of one of the biggest reasons was how I saw the southern border being handled. And as an American citizen, seeing the way that it was open, I actually watched the documentary. The cartels were making a killing, dropping people off and getting them across the border. They were making millions of dollars just doing that. By the way, that was a major health crisis because people were dying and having all these episodes out in the
that's
desert,
still happening,
and
sir.
resources were getting diverted there. So just from a humanitarian level, the fact that that border was open, and don't get me wrong, I firmly believe this is the
border
greatest
wasn't
country
open
in the world. I don't think Donald Trump is the best president, and in the next couple of years, he will be out of office. So, regardless of the simple fact of it being that was a problem, it was a major humanitarian crisis having that border wide open and a major turnoff for Kamala Harris's camp. Another reason.
No, don't. Another reason, nothing. Shush.
Oh,
Define an open border.
Another reason why I'm for Trump, because
No, I'm not asking you another reason why you're for Trump. I have a whole bunch of things to talk about with the last one.
Oh, okay, so then what's another question? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, define open border.
Open border, open southern border. Basically, anyone had the ability to come over to our country and claim that they were a refugee and claim asylum, right?
No, over 60% of people that claimed asylum at the southern border were denied entry.
Oh, thank God they were, but guess what?
What do you mean, thank God they were? It's not a matter of thank God they were. If 60% of people that claimed asylum in this country were denied entry, then no, not everybody that came over to the United States was just given entry if they were given refugee status or claimed they were refugees.
Okay, but not every single person needs to be entered for it to be a problem.
Correct. About 39% of them need to be in here. So why are you saying that everybody was let in if it was literally less than half?
Okay, less than half, 40% really isn't that far off, and we're still talking in terms of percentages. Even if it was 10%, that's still a couple million people that were funneled into this country.
It's not funneled in. That's legally migrating into the United States.
They were given an immigration court date, given a ticket, and sent off into the country.
Yeah.
They never needed to show up.
But they did.
Oh, sure they did. That's why they're running away from ICE right now.
Over 95% of people that freaking got those asylum tickets and showed up to court.
Okay, so they showed up to court, and listen, I have nothing wrong with people who are filing correctly, right? But we're talking about the people who are actually documented, who went through that process. We're pulling from a sample of people we actually know entered here through that mean, right? I started off my point saying there was a lot of people who came here with the help of the cartel, smuggled into this country. So I'm not saying every single illegal immigrant is a problem. Every single illegal immigrant is going to give us an issue, right? But I am saying that it was a major problem, regardless of how many people came in and how many people showed up. Defend that and tell me how that was okay.
Yeah, we did have an immigration problem in this country. We do have an immigration problem in this country that hasn't changed, right? That way, we had an immigration problem in this country before Biden took office. We have an immigration problem now. We had an immigration under Obama. We had an immigration problem under Bush. We've always had an immigration problem, right? Because we need updated immigration laws. Right. Joe Biden tried to update those immigration laws and actually fix them, which would have actually fixed our immigration laws and fixed our immigration problem. Like 99% of it for the next probably 50 to 60 years. Donald Trump blocked the bill.
Listen, so The reason why all of this is going the way that it is because we are fighting the ends of two extremes, right? Whether you want to say the border wasn't open or not, the way that it was portrayed through the media, and there are many documentaries that show the state of the southern border. They had camps there, basically, not camps as in actual taxpayer dollars were sent up on tents, heating, air conditioning, food, everything for these people to go cross the border and come in here and wait for a court hearing. So yes, right, 60% of them were denied, but guess what? 100% of them got the aid from taxpayer dollars to fucking sit there in a air-conditioned tent and wait for their appointment to get basically.
No, 39% were given appointments, sir. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so the ones who were giving, so you mean to tell me, right, even if they did not receive an appointment, they just left?
Yes, they were removed from the country.
So you're okay. You're exactly doing so. First of all, Obama, do you know why he had so many deportations? Number one, deportation in chief. Do you know why?
Sir, why are you trying to go away from what we're talking about? Okay. Like that's what I don't understand. Okay. We can talk about Obama and how he deported people. First of all, he did it very humanely. Second of all, he actually had agreement with law enforcement in order to do a whole bunch of things. Sir, I'm still talking. Sir, I am talking. Sir, I am talking.
Okay, bro, what are you getting all aggressive for? Just because?
Why are you being a rude little prick?
I'm literally not. I'm trying.
You literally
to hear you
are.
out, but
Shush.
You have a
Shush.
just because you have.
All right, I'll just turn your volume down. I don't feel like hearing your voice anyway. Sir, why are you trying to avoid everything that we're actually talking about? No, you don't have 100 people, 100% of people given tickets and sent over and put in tents and being paid for by the U.S. government. No, you had 39% of people that sought asylum that were entered in the United States. Some of them were put in tents. Some of them went to other places. Some of them went to go live with families. Some of them were bused to places like New York and Chicago by people like the governor of Texas or Ron DeSantis. They were sent all over the United States. And then even on top of that, the overwhelming majority of them showed up to their court dates and were actually, given court dates and tried to grant asylum. Donald Trump went in and freaking ripped them out of the legal way that they were being here. Right. He used ICE to freaking go into their court cases, people that were literally being granted asylum, people that were literally being granted legal residency. And he took them and he ripped them out of the country, people that were doing no harm, doing everything the right way. And he took them and he sent them sometimes to countries they weren't even from. You know what I'm saying? And so that's fucking horrible. Yes, we have an immigration problem, which is why we need a fix to our immigration problem. Donald Trump isn't fixing the immigration problem. He's just halting everybody that's coming over here legally and then spending a whole shit ton of money, right, to deport less people a year than even Biden did. He's not fixing anything. He's just claiming, he's doing exactly what he does in everything, and that is claiming victory without actually doing anything.
Okay, so listen, I will admit the way that ICE is being used under Trump, I do not agree with it, right? But let's pivot. We're not going to come to an agreement with the southern border, so let's move on.
No, it's not a matter of an agreement. I haven't even said my opinion yet. No. Opinion has to do, like, when we talk about agreement, we have to talk about our opinion. I haven't said one thing that was my opinion yet. We are literally just talking about the numbers, and you don't know any of the numbers, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know any of the numbers. So the numbers didn't peak after 2020, especially seeing a peak in 2023 and 2024, right at the tail end of Joe Biden's presidency.
First of all, Joe Biden wasn't president in 2020.
So toward the end, so that was literally toward the end of his presidency.
2020 was toward the end of Biden's presidency.
What did you say?
You're saying 2020 is the tail end of Biden's presidency.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to try that again, bud?
Oh yeah, no, that was the beginning of his presidency, and the end of it would be 2024.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden was the president. I'm 0 days in 2020.
Ended in 2020. Yes, Joe Biden is 2020, 2024. Donald Trump's 20. Whatever. Years regardless, right?
It's not regardless. That's very important, sir. When the president is the president is very important. I don't know how you're just ignoring that and kind of pushing it off as if that part is not important. Joe Biden was president 0 days in 2020.
Okay, you got me. I messed up my dates.
Okay,
Good for you.
so
Great, you won.
when did the immigration problem really start?
Yes, okay. I'm taking that one on the chin. You got it.
When did the immigration part actually really start?
It's been a long day. I'm sorry?
The immigration problem didn't really start until 2022. And the reason why it started in 22 is because it was the end of Title 42. Okay? Because Title 42 is actually a very important thing, part of it to talk about, because what Title 42 did, why it existed, and what it caused at the southern border. Do you know what Title 42 is?
I do not.
Okay, well, Title 42 is a part of our immigration law that allows for complete shutdown due to things like a worldwide pandemic. Okay, it was the reason why there was almost a complete border shutdown under the Biden administration, under the Trump administration, because prior to that, he had actually horrible fucking border numbers. The Trump administration had horrible border numbers until Title 42 was implemented. And Title 42 was implemented, it went into the Biden administration. And then what you had was about 18 months to 2 years of backup at the border of a whole bunch of people that were trying to come in to seek asylum, but were not allowed in because we had no one allowed in because of COVID. Okay, so literally at one point, Title 42 ended, which it had to, because the threat of the pandemic was no longer an issue. As far as spread, or not as much of an issue, not as much to be able to implement something like Title 42. And so Title 42 ended, the incredibly backed up border all of a sudden now opens. And now there's a shit ton of people there, right? There's a shit ton of people trying to get in. We never increased our border patrol for this backup, right? We never increased funding for the border patrol for this backup, right? So the Title 42 was ended by the Supreme Court, had nothing to do with Biden. The legislature, who would be in charge of funding more Border Patrol agents, funding more people at the border, that's Congress. So that has nothing to do with Biden, right? Because Biden doesn't get to fund things. That's separation of powers. So if Congress ended Title 42, which was the reason why the floodgates open, Supreme Court ended Title 42. That's why the floodgates open. And the legislature, the Congress, refused to do anything to fund more border with that opening, and none of that has to do with Biden. What exactly did you want Biden to do?
Listen, I completely understand that, and what you're saying, I can quickly deduce that, okay, now we have the border closed, right? And now there's a whole bunch of migrants that are going to be there. We have not made an upfront investment in order to create that backlog. But, right, so now we're probably, the reason why there's another uptick, by the way, is because people are then going to try multiple times, because as you're saying, they're waiting, right? So now they're probably trying to get into this country multiple times, and we're most likely, the unit of analysis is going to be an encounter. It's very difficult to identify every single unique person that comes back once and not count them more than once, if you catch my drift, just getting into data science stuff.
This isn't data science. This is just complete conjecture and speculation. That's all this is.
No, because I just completely looked up and did research based off of it. People tried to enter multiple times. After
of course, people try to move multiple times.
Was done.
Of course they did.
Which then increases, if anything, that helps your argument, because that increases the number of people and the interactions that we're having. So it looks like there's more people coming when it's just multiple people trying multiple times to get in. Right? So I completely understand that. So either way, right, so all this is happening, then in your opinion, how does this, is it the way that the media is portraying this evil of the immigrants and the invasion of the southern border? Is that rhetoric that you're claiming? Because now, listen, I just want to get your side of things. This is the first time I've ever listened to you, and I'm completely fine with having a discussion, because I've learned quite a bit from you already. So I would like to know then, what direction should the United States move into to deal with this problem?
Yeah. the direction that we already had, where we had fully written legislation that would have completely redone our immigration laws that Donald Trump blocked. That's how.
Okay, so you're saying that this whole thing now that Donald Trump, well, that Joe Biden inherited, right? Post-COVID, Joe Biden inherited. And okay, now you're saying that Donald Trump is making this problem even worse based off of his current policy right now, is your claim.
No, I'm saying that under the Biden administration, we had the Senator Langford bill, right, which is a tripartisan immigration bill that would have completely redone the way that we did immigration in this country, completely from scratch, would have taken over freaking 1970s law that would have added more border patrol agents, would have added more judges, would have added more technology at the border, would have built a fucking wall, would have restricted the amount of people that could have coming into the asylum, would have shored up language that would have gone to Customs and Border Protection for who they were allowed in, right? It would have freaking immediately shut down the border. It would have done all those things to put automatic shutdowns on the border, right? It would have done all of those things. And Donald Trump called a bunch of Republican senators and told them not to pass the bill because if it passed, then Biden would fix immigration and then he didn't have anything to run on. Then he comes into office and does nothing to do all of the things that he blocked. He now has the House, he now has the Senate, he has the Supreme Court, and he has the executive. He could pass that exact same bill that he blocked, but hasn't done it. Okay? He blocked the most substantial and the most in-depth freaking immigration bill when he wasn't president because of a bunch of fucking soft-ass senators who wouldn't even vote for the bill that they fucking wrote. And then he becomes president and doesn't pass the fucking bill that he fucking blocked that would have fixed most of our system. So now we're in the exact same spot we were before. We're the exact same spot before, which is shit with shit immigration laws, with shit fucking immigration policy, with not enough border patrol agents, with not enough technology at the border, with none of the things we fucking need. Donald Trump could fix it in a heartbeat and is doing fucking none of it. Because he doesn't actually fucking give a fuck about immigration. Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about immigration. Donald Trump knows that he can complain and say that he fixed whatever you think you didn't like about Biden, and you will believe it. Okay, Donald Trump caused the fucking gas prices under the Biden administration. Donald Trump was the person that caused that problem. Then he comes in saying he's going to fix it, does nothing, and then just claims he fixes it, and y'all believe it because Biden had already fixed the problem that Donald Trump created. All right? Donald Trump did nothing for immigration in his first term. The only reason that his numbers were lower was because COVID hit, and then Title 42, which was a law that was written 50 years ago, automatically got implemented, right? And so the entire border got shut down. He didn't do fucking shit in his first term to fix immigration. He blocked the bill that would have fixed it under the Biden administration because the Biden administration was actually trying to fix immigration. But by the time the Biden administration left, there was less encounters at the southern border coming in on average than there was in Trump's first term. Donald Trump comes in, blocks legal migration, says he fixes the border, and then doesn't do a goddamn fucking thing. All he does is fucking manipulate people into fucking thinking he does anything that helps anybody, while all he fucking does is line his own fucking pockets. Okay? He hasn't done shit. He's not helping the American people. He's not helping immigration. He's not helping your fucking gas prices. He's not doing any of this shit. He is fucking sitting there being fucking manipulated, playing fucking golf, and fucking telling you guys fucking lies, and you guys just eat it up like fucking fat kids and cake, bro. It's fucking wild, dude.
Okay. And I must say, I just want to start, just continue what I said in the beginning, that I respect you. I respect your opinion. And again, I've learned a lot speaking with you, and I have my own opinions that, having these sorts of conversations is what helps me grow as a person. So I really do thank you for being on the phone with me and everything like that. I'm willing to keep this going. But what do you think the next question for you to ask me is, just kind of get my...
Did you have a great Wednesday?
I would say so. Yeah, just going for my MBA. So, and then I'm in school, school MBA. I'm working full time, and then I have a couple job interviews. So my life is moving, but just trying to grow as a person and just to be able to have discussions like this. Honestly, is something that I do like on the side. I don't get paid to do that. Like have conversations with politics. I don't even work in politics. I just kind of monitor things and make my own opinion. I can see that you are well versed in that. And I need to give you credit where credit is due. You know your stuff. And there's no other way for me to learn these things aside from having these direct conversations. So I didn't even know this was a thing. My buddy sent me this YouTube, and he's like, because he knows I like Trump. He's like, you got to join. And I'm like, you know what? I might as well. So.
Well, you
that's
can
why
come
I'm
back
here.
anytime, man. I've been on quite a bit, so I'm going to get off the phone with you, but I really appreciate you, all right?
Absolutely. Take care. And Chris,
You too.
right?
I'm sorry?
I'll give you a call one of these days, all right?
Sounds good, man. Have a good one.
See ya.
All right, y'all. We are getting so close to 500,000 likes. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We are getting very, very close. Also, we only have 2 more meerkats to clear off this little thing, clear off this other live gift goal. Y'all make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. And make sure you guys have sent those heart me's if you haven't already too. I really appreciate that also. Dowdy, thank you so much for the $5. And I wish MAGA could actually talk about issues that actually matter instead of trans people, immigrants, etc. Google solidarity plus class warfare. Ooh, class warfare. That's just fun to talk about. That's just fun to talk about. All right. Green Machine, thank you so much for the $10. And oh my God, immigrants wasting tax dollars, billions of dollars later, 160 little dead girls, countless civilians, U.S. base leveled, Trump threatening a genocide, etc. Are you sure about that? And 13 soldiers dead. But yeah, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Oh, but immigrants are wasting our tax dollars. What a joke, man. Disassociate, thank you so much for $2. Said, have you ever thought about streaming on Twitch? Yep, I did for a long time. No one showed up, so I quit. That's how that happened. I did for a long time. No one showed up, so I quit. Scott, thank you so much for the $2. Said, Google Hegseth asks it shows up how inept he is. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. And Edgar, thank you so much for the $2. Said, during the Great Wars, you couldn't get gas either. Yeah. Yeah, I never really understood that. Like, I don't know. Sorry. It's just, yeah. So we're in a great war. That's what you're telling me? Yo, double tap the screen. Let's get this thing up to 500,000. Really appreciate you. So that's what we're in. We're in a great war now. That's what we're doing. All right. Cool. Like, yeah. You know what? I was really hoping we could live through World War III. I was really hoping, I was like, I remember like growing up and I'm just being like, man, I really hope I get to hit World War III. I really hope I get to hit that. I don't want to miss it. Who wants to miss it? Y'all, if you guys are calling right now and you guys are you're calling to debate, I will be back on at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So I'll be back at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So call in at that time, come in early, and that's when I'm usually looking for guests, and it's a lot easier to come on. Okay, it's a lot easier to get on if you come on at the right time. Okay, but we just hit 500,000 likes. This is like the 3rd time in like the last week. I think we've hit 500,000 likes. I think we're starting to move up. I think I'm gonna have to start bringing it up to 600,000 and trying for even more, right? All right, y'all. I have to get off the live. I really appreciate you guys. I have to go take a shower. I feel gross. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, all right? Smoochies. Bye.